Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Halas Hall Hangover, and it's finally here, the prediction show. And you know what that means? The season is upon us. We got thoughts, hot takes, predictions. We'll probably all be wrong. Who knows? But come along for the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun over the next couple of hours. We're looking forward to it, and we want to hear from you. So fire up that chat right after this.
Windy City banners rocking 4 stars align. Dynasty dreams rise, Bulls in their prime. Cubs curse shattered, the victory divine. Fields be running, clock ticking on my timeline. Shot-town heroes, legends never fade. Black Hawks flying, cutting ice with the blade. White Sox diamonds, the Southside parade. 4 stars shine bright, legacies they made. Mike with the crown, air rain, no dispute. Sweetness in the backfield, Walter in pursuit. Down Sunday's midfield battles cute. Chicago.
Hell yeah, everybody. Welcome back to Chicago Sports. This is the Halas Hall Hangover, and at this time next week, we will be live at Soldier Field. I cannot wait for that. Minnesota and the Bears under the lights at the lakefront. Let's go. I am pumped.
Football on Thursday, Sean. Football on Thursday. Just a few days.
Yeah, we got football on Thursday.
Fuck
I got the worst news today. My daughter has volleyball from 6 to 7:30.
The worst news.
And then I have to go.
I was going to say that you had a tumor or something.
I got to go to her open house and meet all of her teachers. So the first game of the year, I'm probably going to miss the first half. That's
you're a family man. We're all family man. It is what it is. I'm excited for tonight's show, though. This is like the night before Christmas, guys. This is
hell yeah, dude. We got a lot to get to, so we should probably hop and skip and jump to it.
Let's do it.
We got a couple people here already, guys. Thanks. Breaking News Bruce. Shout out to Breaking News Bruce. Bears fan for life. Phil, what's going on? Patty, what's going on? Romy, what's going on, guys? Thanks for being here. This is gonna be a good one.
We're going to try to get to your chats, but this is a jam-packed show, so hang with us. We'll get to you, okay?
Love you. And I just want to get a couple things out. I haven't had a chance to publicly address the Micah Parsons deal, but I just want to say, all these people that are going nuts. I know Dustin said one guy picked the Packers to win the Super Bowl before this ever happened. First off, the Eagles are coming out of the NFC unless there's drastic injuries to this football team, in my opinion anyways. Obviously, anything can happen. But Micah Parsons does one thing. If his back holds up for the season, he helps that pass rush tremendously. What they gave up to get him leaves big holes. Devontae Wyatt, 66 overall, 51 grade against the run. Then you have, who's this other guy? Carl Brooks. He rated 59 against the run as well.
Kenny Clark is really good. Yeah, that's a really good piece they gave up. Kenny Clark, the guy that gave up to get Parsons. It is a good piece.
And that's what I'm saying.
He's 30 years old. He's 30 years old, too.
Well, and I know here's this other part, though. Everyone's saying the secondary is so good. The secondary is not that good. Nate Hobbs sucks. Go look at his numbers. Go look at what he's done.
Oh, Melton was a receiver, right?
Oh, Melton is a
transition to a cornerback. Yeah.
To a cornerback. Then you have Kerryon Valentine, who's probably the most solid piece in that secondary outside of Xavier McKinney. But
they just cut Jair Alexander. He's on the Ravens now.
What are we doing?
Xavier McKinney is a really good safety, though. Yes, we can all agree on that.
McKinney's a good safety.
Damn good.
But here, when you have 3 weak pieces around you, and yes, a good pass rush does help the secondary, rush the quarterback, maybe produce a couple extra interceptions. But let's not act like Micah Parsons came to this team and he's quarterbacking this team. Because Jordan Love, there's still a lot of questions around this guy's consistency as an NFL quarterback. And those questions still have to be answered by Jordan Love. Do they have a number 1 wide receiver? Is Matthew Golden going to be that guy? They're starting with, what's his nuts? The Christian Watson's on IR.
Christian Watson's injured again. Jaden Reed is injured. Yeah, no, for sure. There's some issues there. And when I was going through and looking at like the overall talent on these rosters, I had the Packers as the least talented roster in the NFC. And when we went through it all together a couple months ago, we had the Packers as the least talented roster in the NFC North. Adding Micah Parsons is a big addition for any team, guys. That cannot be ignored. Does that make them a Super Bowl team? I don't know, but it definitely makes them better. And like you said, it all comes down to Jordan Love for them at the end of the day. But for them to make this trade, I am impressed by it because it shows that they believe in their guys and they're going for it. And if it doesn't work out, then yeah, they'll be on the back end of a lot of bad shit with the 2 first-round picks they gave up and the money that they're paying. But this guy's a generational talent, and we throw that word around a lot. Micah Parsons is legitimately that.
As we say that, though, now we have this new back issue, questionable for week 1 if he'll even play against Detroit. Probably the Packers' biggest threat if they want to win this division. Epidural shots throughout the whole season. And guys, I just had back surgery in between vertebrae 4 and 5. And they said, what? Twisting is a problem? Your vertebrae in your back is swollen. Yeah. That's not good.
You kind of need the twist to rush the passer too, to bend the edge. You kind of
What's up, Sean?
I don't know if Micah Parsons, if he's going to be all right with that injury. We don't know anything.
Puck the Packers.
I'm hoping so. But I just want to ask this question because we had this conversation a lot. The Myles Garrett trade rumors, the Trey Hendrickson trade rumors, and everybody was like, I wouldn't do it for Garrett. I don't know if I'd do it for Hendrickson, but I'd do it for Parsons. A lot of Bears fans said that. So
I was one of them.
Yes, I know. So what changes? You know what I'm saying?
I would have liked these medicals.
2 first-round picks and a defensive tackle that is almost 31 years old. That's not a lot to give up for a guy like Micah Parsons. If the Bears gave up something like that,
what's up, Jimmy?
I'd be okay with that personally. I would. I feel like that's kind of a steal. So what changed? Is it just the fact that he went to the Packers?
And listen,
it changed for me is this back injury.
We just got this today. Yes,
correct. But don't you think a good medical team, because Jerry Jones, if you read what Schefter put out, they had him on prednisone, they had him on a program trying to work himself back and get his back into shape. If you know all this shit going in, are you giving up 2 first-round picks? I'm pumping the brakes hard on that.
$136 million guaranteed?
It's worth mentioning, and regardless of the injury, okay, let's say Micah Parsons has to take the shot. You know, if it's a matter of pain, he's going to take the shot. But
I agree, Phil.
You mentioned some of the players' stats from last year, Sean, the PFF grades on some of these players that aren't really well known on this Packers defense. I mean, he's not a quarterback, but this is a guy who makes everybody better.
Yes,
sure.
Does.
I mean, without a doubt. Sure. The multiplier element that this guy's going to bring is going to definitely help this team's entire. This defense is going to be good, guys.
Here, but let me ask you this,
Brandon. With Gary,
I agree with you, Sean. I agree with you, Sean. Micah Parsons does not make Jordan Love better. And before they added a pass rusher, I wasn't thinking the Packers are not going to be a very good team this year because they just can't seem to rush the pass. Their problem is quarterback. That's
they need a number 1 receiver too, and they need a number 1 receiver.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think that getting this player put them over the top and makes them a Super Bowl contender because that's not where the problems lie, as far as I was concerned. And I think Edgerrin Cooper's going to be a better pass rusher than he was last year. You guys already know that. I think that Rashawn Gary's a stud. I don't think this roster was, of all the rosters in the NFL, I would put them bottom 10 for in need of an elite pass rusher. Yeah. But the quarterback is us. But guys, you can't understate. And every Chicago report read, Mike Parsons isn't that good. They just wagered their future.
Wouldn't have been saying that if the Bears traded for him. They wouldn't have been saying that if the Bears
come on. This guy is a generational talent. He is a multiplier. He makes everyone better. It makes his coaches, defensive coordinator's life easy as hell. He makes a left tackle's a nightmare. I mean, this is a guy you get, like Dustin said. Every team in the NFL should have been reported to make this damn call. We didn't have the medicals. Why are the Packers the only one making the news for pursuing this guy?
I want to hear from Kyle on this.
Shame on polls.
There's 2 big things that are going to be here. Okay, number 1, if he's not there versus the Lions, the Packers are a lot worse, and they're probably going to get smoked on the field by Detroit. No Parsons, no Kenny Clark.
I think they might lose with him.
Go nuts.
I think they might lose with him. To be honest.
That's the point. He's not the guy who's going to make them.
We make this trade, and Kyle, I want to get your opinion on this because we haven't heard from you yet. But Chicago makes this trade. What's the fan base's reaction when all this shit comes out today? They're putting guns to their head like, of course, this sucks. What are your thoughts, Kyle?
I mean, I certainly don't believe it would be a good reaction. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else. If I'm a Packers fan and I find out today that this guy might need cortisone injections just to play in the game on Sunday, that's certainly not a good start to his Packers tenure. And you guys, I mean, we don't even have to ask me. You know what? You guys asked me about Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson before the season started. I told you guys that's the trade I would make if I felt like I was one crucial piece away from winning a Super Bowl. To me, the Packers weren't there. This move reeks of desperation. I think the Lions have been consistently the best team in the NFC North. Minnesota Vikings have been consistently competitive and make playoff teams, have a double-digit wins the last 2 seasons. The Bears have made moves by adding Ben Johnson. They probably believe that Caleb Williams is going to be more comfortable playing in the NFL this year. I think they felt like they needed to catch up or at least stay afloat, and this was the best move they could make. And to me, it's just reeks of desperation. I think Micah Parsons adds 2 wins to your schedule, and the Packers were a 8-9 win team, so now they're a 10-11 win team. They're certainly not a Super Bowl championship. And at the end of this
puts you
year,
in the playoffs, though, Kyle. It puts you in the playoffs.
They were in the playoffs last year, and you know what? At the end of this year, if the Packers decide, you know what, we need a tight end, superstar tight end, and another corner going into the draft. Not only can you not get them in the first round anymore, but if you're drafting these guys in the second, third round, the holes or the missing pieces on your roster, you got to wait for a year for these guys to develop, especially if you're talking about a third round talent. I mean, how many years of Micah Parsons going to be wasted before the Packers fill all their holes? They already had a ton to begin with. Sean, you said it, this is not a good secondary, and by any means, this is the worst secondary in the NFC North without a question. It's not even a question.
I agree.
And on top of that,
the Vikings are pretty bad too.
They're pretty average. They're pretty average at wide receiver, and I'm not going to speak for what's going to happen with these recent draft picks and Golden and Williams, and they're pretty average at tight end. They're not. Their offensive line isn't tremendous. I think it's top ranked 14 or 15th in the NFL. I mean, you guys, the Packers have a lot of holes. They're not a championship roster, and Micah Parsons doesn't win you a championship. This is a team sport. Does he make the Packers better? Sure, obviously. It's not even a question. He's a very good player in the NFL. But you're telling me I traded 2 first-round picks, one of my best run defender, which we all know the way to win in the NFL is stop the run and run the ball. And then he comes in here, you give him $88 million, and he comes in here injured? That's certainly not a textbook start for this trade for the Green Bay Packers, guys. You can say whatever you want.
I'll say this, guys. I think that there's no way the Packers made this trade without knowing about this injury. I don't believe that. If they gave him a physical and gave him this money, then they were aware of it and they were going to go with the same plan.
Maybe they discovered it.
Yeah, maybe they were going to. No, the Cowboys were already treating it, as Sean just said before the trade. But the Packers are going to continue to treat it, and he's going to play in these games. Maybe he misses a few, but when he's on the field, it's going to make a big difference for him. And Kyle, you said it adds 2 games. That's what I've been saying. And I mean, that puts you at double-digit wins, and that gives you a shot at the dance. And I mean, that's what you need. And if you're saying that they were there last year, so be it. This year is a different year. Their team is better because of this trade.
Under the assumption that even if he does play, like if people are like, hey, don't worry, all this news about the spinal injections, don't worry, guys, he's playing. That's not a guarantee that he's the same Micah Parsons. If he's
the fact that this is coming out,
injury,
it's not a guarantee that this is going to be
his production.
But there's also no guarantee. But there's also no guarantee that this is a lingering injury, Kyle. There's no guarantee.
You guys, 2 words: Khalil Mack. I mean, the Bears tried this. They thought they were close enough.
The Bears gave up more for Khalil Mack, though.
Sure, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about what they gave up. I'm talking about the result of the season after Khalil Mack got here. He had one massive game against Green Bay. Spent the rest of his career in Chicago dealing with injuries. We spent way too much money on him. Ryan Poles got here. Is like, how the hell do I get out of this dead cap of Khalil Mack?
Yeah, but Kyle,
they traded him away for a second and a 6th-round pick or some shit like that. He really never had any massive impact for Chicago Bears. They never had many winning seasons with Khalil Mack here. Listen, guys, outside of, if you guys are telling me right now, hey, pick a player you're going to trade for to make the highest paid player in the NFL, it has to be a quarterback. It's got to be Mahomes. It's got to be Josh Allen. It's got to be Burrow. Outside of that,
not the highest paid non-quarterback.
Okay, I as a Bears fan have seen this before. I saw it with Khalil Mack. We've seen this before with other teams. You guys do me a favor. If you have so much confidence in the Packers being better and win a Super Bowl caliber team after we traded for Micah Parsons, go find me the last star defensive player to get traded to another team, and that team won a Super Bowl. Find it for me right now, and I'll succeed.
That just doesn't happen very often. Those types of players don't get traded. No, those type of players don't get traded.
But
That doesn't happen.
There was a lot of Bears fans.
I don't understand. Like, I feel like there's 2 sides there. But what side are you guys? Are you guys on the side that spinal injury is a good start for? That's all the only point I'm making, guys. Him coming in and saying I might need an injection to play in the game on Sunday is the worst case scenario for the Packers. Outside of him being out for multiple weeks out for this,
I think it's
not a good thing.
It's not good. It's not good. The Packers fans woke up. The Packers fans read that article today, and they were all hanging their heads.
I think there's a lot of people, man.
Goddamn one of them.
I think there's a lot of people who think if Cody Parkey hadn't double doinked, then that Khalil Mack trade would have led the Bears to a championship.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Brennan. They believe that they were close enough to win a championship if they just had Khalil Mack, but they forgot about kicker. and a bunch of other positions, and it bit him in the ass.
But that doesn't mean
I'll say
Khalil
this.
Mack wasn't doing what he
Wasn't
was
worth
intended to
the
do.
Well,
trade.
you could,
That
maybe
doesn't
they couldn't.
mean
Maybe
that.
they couldn't afford a better kicker because Khalil Mack was making 150.
Or maybe they're idiots,
fucking
man.
dollars.
But
maybe
Khalil
that's why
Mack
they
did
had to
his
pay
job.
Cody Parkey. You guys, this Packers roster for the rest of the time that he is there, Micah Parsons is there. If they're missing something and they want to go get it, they can't go spend a bunch of money in free agency, and they can't address it with the first round pick. So this is going to be, they're going to start duct taping this roster together around Jordan Love and Micah Parsons. You're going to see a lot of journeymen play for the Packers.
It depends on the success of the team, though, Kyle. If they're successful team, players will take less to go
you guys,
play
what
there.
I'm saying is if Tucker Kraft is out for the season next year, they can't go sign Trey McBride. They can sign Robert Tunyon. That's what you're going
Or
to
they could
see
just
in
put
Green
in
Bay.
Luke Musgrave, who's a solid tight end as well. I'm saying the Packers are a better team because of this trade. They are the favorite to win the division for a reason, guys. Vegas moved the odds an awful lot when this trade happened for a reason, because Parsons is that type of player, and
Dustin,
he makes a difference in every game. That's
Dustin,
true.
you know
That
what- you
can't
know
be
what I'd say to
denied.
that?
And I just feel like there's a lot of revisionist history now because of where Parsons went, guys. I just
I'll
don't
say
have that.
that.
bias.
You guys,
He
this has
went to
been
the
my
Packers,
opinion.
and now Bears fans are
This-
like, "Well, I never
this has
wanted
been
him in
my
the first
opinion
place."
since day
I
one.
never said
I
that.
did.
I don't have to
Yes,
defend
you did.
myself.
You wanted
No,
him.
I didn't.
You wanted him.
No, I didn't.
I'm
Sean,
I'm
was I
not
not
talking
clear?
to you in particular. I'm making a point to the
I
audience.
said from day one, the Bears are not in a position to give 180, 90, $200 million to one player. They have too many holes in this roster. I said it from day one. I don't think Dustin, you just said yourself, you looked at all four of these rosters. You believe the Packers have the worst roster in the NFC North. If that's the case, that means they have a lot of holes and a lot of things to address. Well, guess what? Now they don't have any money or any first round picks to do it.
But I haven't seen them play yet this year, though, Kyle.
You guys,
so I don't know what's going to
up,
happen.
MS?
There's players that are going to step up. I don't know.
I'll say this.
None of us know, but we can make projections. You guys, my projection is the Green Bay Packers and Dustin. There's a big difference between them.
Hold on, we're going to give our projections.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between the Packers getting better this season and that being a better move for their future. Those are two totally different things.
Yeah, and if they win a Super Bowl,
things.
and if they do win a Super Bowl
MS?
within the next 2 years, then the trade was
What's up,
worth it,
Trey?
correct?
Great move.
If they do.
And for me personally, my odds for the Packers win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years have not gone up that much because of Micah Parsons. That's what I'm saying. They have not gone up.
I'll say this.
They've gone up, not that much.
To all the gamblers out there, if you want to go make some money, I would go put money on Detroit being the co-favorite to win this division, because I will tell you this, and I'll bet my bottom dollar, and I'm probably going to go on the sports app and I'm going to bet it. The Packers are not winning the NFC North.
We're about to get into it. We touched on everything we wanted to touch on with the Parsons thing.
Yeah, what else you got for us, Sean?
No, I just wanted to say that, man. The trade makes them better on paper, but
I meant outside of the Parsons thing. What else you got?
no, that's what I'm saying. I said the trade on paper makes them better, but I don't know if it equates to wins in late January, unless they solve their run D issues, they solve their secondary issues, and Jordan Love isn't a putt.
They're banking on Jordan Love getting his shit together and not making a bad throw in a critical moment.
Who's also hurt to start the season.
Yeah, Jordan Love has thrown away games, very important games for the Packers. There's no debating that. They're banking on his progression, and they're banking on the progression of a lot of other players that they've drafted already that are already in the building. And that's what it is. We'll see how it pans out.
I would like this trade a lot more for the Green Bay Packers.
Silver Steel.
If Jordan Love was still on a rookie contract.
Silver Steel says
it goes. It'd be a totally different conversation, but he's not. He's the third highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Anthropology.
Very, very curious move for the Green Bay Packers to me, guys. To me, it reeks of desperation. I think Micah Parsons is a great player. I think he's going to make them better. I don't think he puts them over the hump of Super Bowl champion. Are they better than the Eagles today? No. Are they better than the Lions today? No. Are they better than the Commanders? Maybe. Are they better than the Vikings?
They're better than.
Are they better than the Vikings? If you're talking about rosters in totality, is the Packers roster better than the Vikings? No, absolutely not. So I mean, what did it do for you? They're more fun to watch.
We're gonna see.
Enjoy your time, Green Bay.
Yeah,
Enjoy your
time will tell, guys. Anthropology says the Packers won't even win the division this year. Silver Steel says it goes Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, then Chicago until proven otherwise, boys. Even with the changes the Bears have made, until they prove themselves, that's the order.
We'll see about that.
Well, the other three could certainly change.
Purple Jesus, he is not an above average run stuffer. He has been league average. If I know people hate PFF, but if you go into PFF, the average is 60. He's a 65 for his career. He is not an above average run stopper. Absolutely.
Sean's not wrong about the
But
Bears
has
being in the
one
bottom of that division, though, guys. I
hell of
wanted
a
to say
bad
that
back.
until they prove otherwise. He's correct about where the
Purple
Bears lie.
Jesus, he might
Love you, Purple
Purple,
Jesus.
Purple Jesus might join us on Thursday, guys, for the bare minimum for the Bears Vikings preview.
Nice.
He is a Vikings fan, so we're gonna try to get him on. Paul
Paul
Martin
Martin.
in the building as well. Let's get into this. Our predictions,
Yeah.
guys. We got a lot of
Let's
shit
get
to
into
get to. Let's get
And
into it.
there is something that I want to say before we get into this. I read it to you guys before, and I want everyone to understand this. Since the NFL expanded to 32 teams in 2022 with 8 divisions, 28 teams have gone from first to worst in their division the following season. That's an average of 1.2 teams per year. There has been at least one worst to first in 18 of the last 21 NFL football seasons. Boys, let's get into it. What division are we starting with first?
We're starting in the AFC, so you pick it, Sean. And I'm just curious, what was you guys' process for this? How did you go about picking out your wins, losses, and how did you come about where you fell with all of this?
Strength of schedule and talent added or lost.
That's pretty much what I did as well. Strength of schedule was huge for me, especially with some of my picks in the NFC, because the NFC to me is kind of a mismatch of okay teams with a couple of great teams sprinkled in. So
the AFC is really strong. Yeah, I mean, I ranked the rosters by talent and coaching. I went through and simulated a lot of seasons, picked wins and losses like 6 different times to kind of get my 7 teams on either side, man. I'm excited to get into this. We put in a lot of work, and we'll make sure we throw out the over-unders for these teams as well when we're getting this done, okay? You have those, Sean, or I have them as well. If
what's that for? What
the over-unders?
I didn't get the over-unders. I have the complete schedules for every team if we need to look at schedules and stuff like that.
Okay, very good. And I'll throw out the over-unders for the teams. Let's get started in the AFC, man.
Want to do AFC East?
Yes,
let's do it.
I got the Buffalo Bills at 12-5, easily winning that division. I think the Dolphins are going to start by losing 9 in a row.
Woo.
I got the Patriots at 6-11, and I got the Jets at 5-12. And I do have the Patriots getting off to a 3-1 start, but having a rough finish to the season.
Bills are 11.5 for their over/under. Pats are 8.5. Jets 5.5. So you're kind of right there with that. And the Dolphins 7.5. The Dolphins are. I think that number's pretty high for them, guys. Brandon, what do you got?
I have the Bills winning the division at 12-5, the same as Sean. I have the Patriots at 7-10, and I have the Dolphins and the Jets both at 4-13.
Okay, interesting.
I think the Dolphins.
I'm pretty close.
To be honest with you, I wanted to make after seeing the tie, I wanted to make the Jets. Give the Jets a better record than the Dolphins. I think that Dolphins team is terrible.
The Jets are better than the Dolphins. Kyle, do you agree with that? The Jets are better than the fucking Dolphins. And listen, I think you guys are sleeping on the Patriots. The Patriots have a pretty damn enticing schedule, and they have a third place schedule, right? Or is it fourth place? They have one of the worst, an easy schedule. They got Drake May. They got a new head coach. They fit the profile of a team that kind of turns things around. So I'm a little higher on them than you guys. I got the Bills at 13-4. I think the Bills are going to kind of run roughshod through this regular NFL season. I got the Pats at 10-7. The Pats winning 10-7, beating the over of 8.5. I got the Jets at 6-11. I don't believe in the Jets. I think they're a better team than the Dolphins. I don't think they're very good though. I don't. That defense will be strong, but I don't have faith in Justin Fields, and Aaron Glenn's going to have a rough start to his career over there in New York. I think that offensive line needs to step up big. And then the Dolphins 4-13. The Dolphins are Mike McDaniel gets fired this year. The Dolphins are going to have a tough time, though they do have some talent on that team. And if they play well, things could go differently for the Dolphins, I think. But I don't believe in the leadership. Those guys are all bickering with each other already. The Dolphins have very bad vibes this year, guys.
And really quick, I made a mistake. I have the Dolphins getting off to a 2-1 start, but then losing 9 in a row.
It starts out nice for the Dolphins. Yeah. It does. They have.
I read that wrong. Sorry,
but I think I got them 1-2 in those first 3 games. I'm looking at it a little differently than you. Four wins for the season for the Dolphins. Kyle, what do you got?
I mean, it's all pretty much the same as you guys here. I got the Bills at 13-4. I think they're going to be one of the best regular season teams in the NFL, and they get to play the Patriots, Dolphins, and Jets twice a year. I have the Patriots at 8-9. The Dolphins at 5-12, or the Jets at 6-11. Sorry, and the Dolphins at 5-12. So, Bills, Patriots, Jets, Dolphins.
So you got the Dolphins below their over-under. We all got the Jets over their 5.5. So that's worth thinking about in terms of a future. The Patriots at 8.5. I'm the only one that has them over. You guys all had them under, and we all got the Bills over 11.5. What 8 and 9 is something that I had the Patriots at a couple times throughout my simulations, Kyle. Do you see it turning to a double-digit win season for them potentially if things fall their way?
It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
It's a bad division.
I love Mike Vrabel. I think the Patriots could definitely beat up on the Dolphins and Jets. The Patriots have added a bunch of talent. I think Stephon Diggs is still capable of playing in the NFL. They added Kyle Williams. I think Drake May takes a massive step, especially if with the tutelage of Mike Vrabel there now. I think the Patriots could be one of those surprise teams. I certainly could see them sneaking into a wild card spot if all goes well for them.
Guys, everyone is jumping into the building right now. We just went over 100.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah, guys. Thank you for being here. Stick with us. If y'all got anything to say, throw it in the chat. We love you dearly. Thank you for being here.
The offensive line concerns me, the Patriots' offensive line.
Well, they did make improvements to that offensive line, though. You know, Will Campbell especially is going to be a damn good player for that team for years to come. But yeah, it's still a work in progress. I agree with you there.
AJP says, "Bear down, fellas. Could be a rocky start to the season." Bear down, AJP. You guys know that name?
I do not.
Never seen him before. Let's throw him a clap. But I mean, Garrett Bradbury at center. Jared Wilson, drafted Jared Wilson, and he's going to play guard for them, the center out of Georgia, who we all liked in that draft process. The Patriots really made some improvements. And, guys, the views are just jumping up like crazy.
The Twitter family is going freaking nuts right now. We love you out there. Jesus Lordy.
Appreciate y'all. All right, so we got the AFC East, the Bills winners. I got the Pats at double digits. Everybody else is kind of cellar dwellers in that division.
And you know, for me with the Patriots, it's just that week 9 through week 16 that gets a little hairy.
It gets tough, but if they can go like 3 and 4 in that space, man, then they'll do all right. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's stay focused here. I got a total of 33 wins in the AFC East, guys. 33 wins total.
I did not add up the totals. I could.
Yeah.
I got 27.
Okay, 27. Damn, you're not as high on but again, you got 3 losing records in the AFC East besides the Bills. The Bills are going to be a damn good team, and like Kyle said, they play a lower class division in terms of the talent that's in that division. So they should be able to put together a good season.
What's up, Rocket Dream?
Yeah, under 30 for the AFC East for you guys. All right, where are we going to next, Sean? What's the next division we're going to jump into?
We could do one of the weakest divisions in all of football, the AFC South.
I'm excited for this one. Let's spend some time on this one. It sucks. The AFC South sucks so bad.
The funny thing is I did my picks, and then I did some Google searches to try and find out, where I was with some of the experts. And a lot of the experts have the Jaguars winning this division. The funny thing for me is I have the Texans winning.
Who are these experts?
Yeah,
dude. I mean,
show me these experts.
There's a lot of people who have the Jaguars winning this division.
Rocket Dream, what's up? No, yeah, the AFC South is one you can play with, Sean, because there's no good team. Like I can't hold it against nobody for picking the Jaguars.
I think the Texans are a really good football team. They got Will Anderson Jr. They got Derek Stingley Jr. They have a lot of young faces.
Sean, you go first, man. What do you got? Give us your division.
Real quick, the AFC.
Can you not hear me?
No, we got you.
Oh,
I can hear you. Yeah, no, you were talking about it, but I mean, I think I got the Texans as like a solid middle of the pack team in terms of their roster profile, in terms of their coaching. I can't give D'Amico Ryans any real points because he hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, but they do play 6 games against the AFC South.
Yeah, it's for sure. But so does every other team in the AFC South. And
I mean, D'Amico Ryans, if I'm not mistaken,
he's got a lot to prove. This is a make or break
the playoffs every year of his coaching tenure with the Texans.
And I love D'Amico.
They made it to a second round.
I love D'Amico, man, but he just fired an offensive coordinator. CJ Stroud had a really rough year. He took a lot of sacks, 52 sacks, and that offensive line is worse this year than it was last year.
Because they gave away Tunsil.
You trade away Laramie Tunsil and you replace your interior with
but they did get
equal or worse players, man.
Didn't Houston end up
Titus
with
Howard is not at right tackle. Yeah, Ursary is your starting left tackle, but I'll say this. At the same point we were making about Trapillo here in Chicago, man. If he would have won that starting left tackle job, which he did not, if he would have, and he was the best man for the job, we'd still be dealing with his growing pains at that spot all season. And the Texans are going to be dealing with that with a rookie left tackle as well. And Ariante Ursary was a second-round pick It's not like he's your stud Joe Alt, top 10 left tackle. That offensive line is trash, Sean. The Houston Texans offensive line is trash. Rocket Dream don't believe in him either.
Who do you have winning the division, Dustin?
I'll give it now, man, because I fucking love my picks for this AFC South. I got the Titans at 10-7, guys.
Oh my!
I got the Titans at 10-7.
Well, there's your worst to first.
We got a Cam Ward believer.
Cam Ward's going to throw for 4,000 yards this season. That offensive line is really good, guys. Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett. I mean, I like Pollard. Spears is hurt. We know that, but hopefully he comes back. Callahan is the big question mark. That Titans team gave up last year. Callahan had a lot of issues managing his team, but Will Levis was his quarterback. Imagine just taking Will Levis out and changing that for Cam Ward.
Phil, Dustin's answering your question right now, but
no, we're gonna go through all the divisions and if we have any surprises
and divisions.
But let's talk about, listen, they just signed Dan Moore at left tackle. Peter Skoronski is a top 10 pick that they already had on their offensive line. Lloyd Cushenberry is a damn good center. Kevin Zietler, they just signed in free agency, the awesome guard from Detroit. And J.C. Latham, their top 10 pick from last year, has moved to right tackle. That offensive line is really good, guys. And we all know that their defense is pretty damn good, too, with Jeffrey Simmons there and Tavondre Sweat holding down the middle there. I like them to be the surprise team in the NFL this year, really. And I think Cam Ward is going to have a fucking awesome season. And again, if the Texans were a little better in the offensive line, because I love Jaden Higgins, I love Nico Collins, I like CJ Stroud too, and I hope he doesn't continue to regress this year. But the running back situation in Houston is very scary, Sean. Joe Mixon is hurt, and who knows when he's coming back. Nick Chubb was hurt all of the last 2 years, basically, and he's their starting running back. I
like Woody Marks.
Do offensively. We don't know shit about Woody Marks, to be honest. If you make calls like that sometimes, Sean, you know, where you call these guys out and they turned into good players. So hopefully you're right for the Texans' sake. But Tank Dell is still hurt over there too. So I like their receiving core, and I think that Jaden Higgins is in for a hell of a rookie season, and I think Nico Collins might be one of the best receivers.
I think Jalen Noel is going to be a very good player in the NFL.
Well, too. Yeah, and they just signed Christian Kirk. So, I mean, they have a good receiving core. But I got the Titans at 10-7, guys. I got the Texans at 8-9. Their over-under is 9.5. The Titans over-under is 5.5. I got the Colts at 6-11. I think Steichen gets fired this year. Me and Brandon have talked about that a lot. Their over-under is 7.5. And the Jags, I got at 5-12. I played with the idea of
Dustin
the Jaguars.
does not like the Jaguars.
I played with the idea of the Jaguars taking some step, but I don't think Liam Cohen is it, to be honest, and I don't think that offensive line is worth a damn. I think they're just as bad as the Texans, maybe worse. The Jags are going to have a lot of problems this year, though I do love Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr., but guys, Trevor Lawrence misses a lot of NFL throws, easy NFL throws.
Not a generational quarterback.
No, he is not. No, he is. So, yeah, I was excited to get that Titans one out there. If y'all got any comments or feedback, want to tell me I'm crazy, I'm here for it.
I want to tell everybody in the chat, as we wind this down, we are going to break down the Bears in totality.
Yeah.
NFC North and the schedule. So stick with us. We're going to work our way there and get Bears
a lot to get
later on. So
I'm so excited about tonight. This is fun, guys.
I'm a little way off. I have the Texans and Jags at 9-8, the Titans at 6-11, and the Colts not doing a lot of winning. I have them at 3-14.
Steichen gets fired.
Yeah, there's just no quarterback. I like Jonathan Taylor. They blew up their offensive line in Indy. There's just not a lot to look forward to. If something were to happen to Daniel Jones, which isn't a prize to begin with, then you're going back to
Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson, which is
they lost Fries and Kelly.
That's going to be a bad football team.
I like Raymond. I like Raymond at left tackle. I like Quentin Nelson. But yeah, the Colts and Tyler Warren, I think, is going to have a damn good season.
You're as strong as your weakest link, and they got some weak links on that line. In Indy, but then for me, I'm going to stick with the Texans to win the division because they have progressed even with the bad line, made it to the second round of the playoffs. I trust in this division. To me, have the most star-studded roster. I am a huge Will Anderson fan.
That defense is really good, Sean. Their defense is really fucking good. Yes.
Not to mention Derek Stingley Jr., I love Stingley.
Lassiter is a damn good cornerback as well.
Daniil Hunter.
Daniil Hunter,
yeah.
They have ballers across the defense. They do. I cannot deny that.
Here, as I say that, I have them at 9-8. I have the Jaguars at 9-8. I think Houston will sweep Jacksonville and win that division with the tied record, and Jacksonville will miss the playoffs ultimately. But that's my AFC South.
You're betting on 2 of the 5 worst offensive lines in football, though. That's all I'll say.
I'm betting on watching a Houston Texans team that has experience, who's been to the playoffs, that I believe will go back to the playoffs
for sure. And that's everybody.
And they went there with that bad offensive line.
So, most people will pick the Texans to win that division, and that makes total sense. I am just not a believer, and I wanted someone else because I just don't see it in this division, man.
Who you got, Kyle or Brandon? Who wants to go next?
Jump in, let's get it.
I'll go. I had the Titans and Texans tied, Sean, at 9-8, not the Jaguars and Texans. I had the Titans and Texans tied at 9-8. I have the Titans winning.
Texans. Okay.
I have the Titans winning the division as well.
2 Titans winning the divisions? Yay!
Well, I mean,
well, we've been talking about this.
The worst to first thing. This is the division that's most logical. But I have the Colts.
Right.
NFC
I have
West.
the Colts, and
NFC
I
West.
genuinely looked at this schedule, guys, forever to like convince myself this is just not possible. But I have the Colts winning 2 games. I'm at 2-3.
Oh yeah, that's a little low.
Yeah. Right there.
I think I know, Dustin,
a little low
and that
me,
doesn't.
yeah.
That's just not very common. But they're bad, man. I mean, they're bad, and I love the pass catching group in Indy. I do. I like how you have Tyler Warren, you have Downs, you have Pittman, Adonai Mitchell. I think it's a really good. They put together a pretty quality sort of skill players. But I mean, they just don't have somebody to give them the ball. I think the Titans
big
guys,
problem,
and you know how I feel, guys. I freaking love Cam Ward.
Thank you to everybody in the building, man.
I think this guy is going to be as good as the quarterback. I think he's going to be as good as the quarterbacks from last year's class. I do. I think that he's going to be able to turn this franchise around, as well as I think their defense is really solid. I think Tennessee's defense is really solid. I think their roster is good. I think they were desperately missing just a competent quarterback, and not only did they get that, they got a really good one. The Jaguars,
Xavier Woods and Amani Hooker, Brandon, are really good safeties. L'Jarius Sneed is a top corner.
Yeah, and then you've got Sneed, you have
Draymond
Simmons,
Jones, Cody Barton, Jeffrey Simmons, Tavondre Sweat. That defense is very, very, very solid, and that offensive line, as I pointed out, is really solid.
And I think Spears has a big year, but I think Cam Ward just is able to just dish it out, guys. I do actually like Callahan. I do. He's a little crazy, but he's honest, man, and I respect that. I think the more I think about
question mark.
Liam Cohen
is not it.
I love the guy as a coordinator. He was only a coordinator of that Bucs team for 1 year. I felt it was a little rushed. He probably should have waited before he was given, or anyone should have waited to offer him a head coaching job. And he came off so strange, guys. I mean, when he was hired, it's just a weird. He's hard to. You're right. He doesn't. You're not buying into what that guy's selling, man.
So you had repeat your records again, real quick, Brandon.
I have the Titans and Texans tied at 9-8 because I do love the Texans defense as well, Sean. They're loaded with some studs on that team. I have the Titans winning it though. I have the Colts at 2-15 because I think that's hands down the worst roster, top to bottom in the NFL for sure. And I don't like the coach. You guys already know that. And then the Jaguars at 7-10. So I have them improved, just not good.
So every team in the division under you got the Titans and the Texans over their over-unders of 5.5 and 9.5. And you got the Colts and Jags under. The Colts and Jags are both at 7.5 over-under. Okay.
I have the Texans under 9.5. I have them at 9-8.
Okay, yep. So you're over. You're 3 teams under. Okay, very good. Kyle, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, pretty similar, guys. I got the Texans at 10-7. I know, Dustin, you're absolutely correct. It's one of the worst offensive lines in football, but I do like D'Amico Ryans. I like CJ Stroud, and I think they put a receiving core on the field that if they can just the ball out of his hands quickly, these guys can do stuff with the ball after the catch, especially Nico Collins. And Now you're talking about Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins. That's one of the best receiving cores in football. I think that talent will eventually show through. I think it's obviously going to take some time to develop these guys, but I've got the Titans in second in the division at 9-8, so right behind the Texans. I've got the Jaguars right behind the Titans at 8-9. I also do not believe in Trevor Lawrence or Liam Cohen. I think that Trevor Lawrence's time in Jacksonville is probably running out even after that big contract. I just don't think he's the generational type talent that they thought he was. And I know a lot of people are still clinging to that hope, hoping that he's going to turn his career around. I just don't see it.
8-9 is generous, Kyle. 8-9 is generous.
I mean, I like a lot of talent on the job. I like their defensive line.
Their defensive line is really good.
Yeah, I like Josh Allen a lot. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I think most of the Jaguars wins will come from playing the Colts, Texans. I mean, I think they could easily win 3 of those games, and they just got to win 5 for the rest of their schedule. The Jaguars also don't have a terrible schedule. And then I got the Colts at 5-12, guys. I think Daniel Jones and
we got 440 in the building, guys. Sorry,
Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson leave a lot to be desired. Yeah, and real quick, anybody watching on Twitter, if you could please go over to 4-Star Chicago Sports YouTube channel and hit that like and subscribe button. If
Hop on over,
we appreciate you guys, man.
Thank
you so much for joining us tonight. And real quick,
I
just want to read this comment real quick. Trey says MJ and Randy Moss showing up for Bill Belichick at the game tonight. That's cool.
So here's a question for you guys regarding the AFC North, because I'm just curious. Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, the quarterback situation in Indianapolis is a travesty. But I really, it was a travesty in Las Vegas last year, and Brock Bowers still had the best rookie tight end season anyone's ever fucking had. So like, is Tyler Warren capable of doing the same thing in Indianapolis?
Tyler Warren's gonna have a good season.
Tyler Warren, I believe, is going to have a top 3 tight end season in the NFL this year, regardless of the fact that the Colts suck ass, because they are going to.
Well, we know where Tyler's going in fantasy.
I got Tyler Warren on one of my teams already. We got a draft tonight after this show, so don't let me get him. We'll see how it goes, but I hopefully I can snatch him up again. But we'll see. But I expect him to have a Brock Bowers like impact this season on a bad team.
He's great for poor quarterback play. There's going to be their security play. He's going to be the safety valve. I wouldn't be surprised if he has 6, 7, 8 catches.
Dante, what's going on, brother?
I don't think that their quarterbacks are capable of throwing downfield to guys like Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman. So they're going to have to take these underneath throws, and that bodes well for Tyler Warren and the running Jonathan Taylor. I think they're both going to have good seasons in Indianapolis.
Okay. All right. Jonathan Taylor, I'm a little worried about.
Just without the touchdowns, guys.
You got Jonathan Taylor.
There's going
to be a lot of 3-and-outs in Indianapolis, guys, for sure. No doubt about it.
Okay, so we got two. We got Sean and Kyle with the Texans winning the division, and then the Jags and Colts. You got the Jags second in the division, Sean. But
I got the Titans.
Yeah, you got the Titans second in the division.
The Titan believers are alive and well.
Me and Brandon got the Titans winning the division. The Texans right behind them, and the Colts and Jags kind of having some pretty bad seasons. I got the Jags the worst record of all of you guys. Yeah, no, and you got the Jags at 8-9. I got them at 5-12. I do not think this is a good team,
dude.
Guys.
The Brian Thomas,
I really don't.
The Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing.
Insane.
But if I had more faith in Trevor Lawrence, Brandon, I could pull the trigger on that.
We got 500 in the building, guys.
Trevor Lawrence is a problem to me, and I don't know how to project.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen him go to the playoffs before.
Yeah, no, for sure we have.
This is the best receiving core he's ever had, and the running back, and now they got
the worst offensive line he's ever had, though, Kyle. It's the worst.
I'd say it's pretty.
It's on par with last year.
Yeah,
it's on par with last year.
And I know he sucks.
They had 4 wins last year. So
and don't forget, Dustin. Now they're darn tooting.
Like I said, man, their schedule is not terribly difficult. I just think the Jaguars could find a way to win 8 games.
I think the Jaguars will not win early. I think they're going to win more late.
Okay. Well, we'll
thanks
see.
To everybody in the building, guys. Thanks for everybody watching.
Team by any means necessary.
We'll see if Liam Cohen gets that run game straight, because
I don't have
be.
I don't think 9-8 for the Titans is good enough to get them in the playoffs in the AFC. So I don't have the Titans as a playoff team either. I think whoever wins this division is the only playoff team coming out of the AFC.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. The AFC South is not getting 2 teams in the playoffs. No, definitely not.
Especially if the AFC West gets 3.
So I had 29 total wins in this division, guys. 29. This is a rough division. Not a lot of wins coming out of the AFC.
27. 27
even less than me.
That's the magic number for my wins count.
Trey thinks the Jags can make some noise.
We're making the AFC look pretty bad to start.
No, the AFC has some really good teams in it. We just haven't gotten to them yet. There's 2 divisions we got.
7 wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we know what division.
Well, yeah, there's two divisions we're about to get to that have some damn good teams in them. So where are we going next, Sean?
Let's go to the division that has consistent playoff contenders, strong coaching, star quarterbacks and playmakers, competitive balance. That would be
you're describing both divisions.
Maybe you could just point.
He's going.
Let's go to the AFC North, though. Let's go to the AFC North.
Maybe you could
All
just
right, you want to go to
point.
AFC North first? All right,
let's go AFC West after.
Yeah, they both have great quarterback.
Yeah, I guess that does describe. Well, I think it describes the AFC.
If you had said
West
physical, you would have been talking about the AFC North, the most physical division of football.
Let's talk AFC North first.
I have the lead. I have the Ravens leading that division most of the way. I have them starting 10-2 and coasting to the number 1 overall seed at 13-4. I have the Bengals as my number 2 team. I know that defense isn't that well, but I think they will live off the offensive side of the ball. I have them at 11-6. I got the Steelers at 9-8. Sorry, I'm just not believing in Aaron Rodgers' old ass. I can't do it. And I got the Browns. I got the Browns at 3-14. I that quarterback situations. I know Flacco's there. All these stats. Oh, Flacco was so good in 2023. Guys, it's 2025. Okay,
and it's Joe Flacco, and he's 40 years old. Yeah,
I don't have much faith.
His kid's going to be drafted next year.
She could still have 250 yards a game and then still be 3-win team. Like that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, sure. I have the Browns. I have the Browns with the number one overall pick.
All right, yeah, let me go second this time because Sean and I are very similar guys. I got the Ravens.
So are mine.
Yeah, we're all very similar here, guys.
I got the Ravens with the best regular season record this year. I said that on the Barely There podcast multiple times. I think they are going to finish the season as the number 1 team in the NFL coming out of the regular season. I think I got them at 14-3.
I agree, Flex.
I got the Bengals at 11-6. I got the Steelers at 9-8. I think Mike Tomlin keeps that winning record every season in his career. Hope that streak alive, but I don't think they're a playoff team. I agree with Sean about Aaron Rodgers. I think his days are well behind him. And I got the Browns at 3-14, and I got them lobbying with the Saints for the number 1 pick in the NFL draft.
Hell, we're identical.
Let me throw these out. Let me throw the over-unders out real quick just so we can get that out for context. The Ravens, 11.5 for the season. Bengals, 10.5. So you both have them beating that. Steelers, 8.5. You both have them beating that. And the Browns, 4.5 coming in under for the Browns on the regular season.
What was the Browns over under?
4.5. 4.5.
Yeah, I got 3 wins. I'm on the under.
I got that shit.
Yeah, let's pound the under on the Browns this season, guys. Let's dog pound the under. Yes. All right. What, Brandon, you want to go?
Sure. I got pretty similar to Sean and Kyle here. I got the Ravens at 13-4. I think in the 13-4 is the highest record I give to any team in the NFL. So Kyle, I would technically agree with you there that they finished first in the league in terms of record. I have this, guys. I'm glad we did this exercise. I didn't think this about this team until I went through their schedule. I have the Bengals at 11-6, and just a month, maybe 2 months ago, I was counting them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So this,
the schedule helped.
I do think that Bengals
the way the schedule lays out is great for the Bengals.
I think that offense will be enough to get wins where they need them, and I think their schedule is laid out pretty well for them. It's in their favor for sure. Yeah. I have the Steelers guys at 10-7.
Over 600 in the building, y'all.
I think Pittsburgh. I think Mike Tomlin's able to do a lot with this roster, guys. I think Roman Wilson's in for a breakout season.
What do you have in the Steelers again? 9-8 or 10-6?
10-7. I have Roman Wilson having a big year. DK Metcalf is better than anything they've had there in a while. He's much better than Pickens. I like Pickens, but Metcalf is.
Yes,
I think Aaron Rodgers is a better version.
He's a better athlete without any of the character concern.
DK has some concerns a little bit, but he has a lot of emotion. For
he
sure.
hustles, man. He hustles.
I think a shell of Aaron Rodgers is better than a shell of Russell Wilson. And I think the running back that just makes an impact. I think that Caleb Johnson helps. And I think that, as Dustin's been preaching forever, Warren's been a really good this offense is going to start humming, I think, guys. And I Mike Tomlin's, that defense, guys, it's another team. You look at their roster on the defensive side of football, top to bottom, they're loaded. And with a lot of young talent. A lot of guys
And,
that are only going to get better.
and really quick, Brandon, to answer you, James, me personally, and I think these three guys are going to agree with me right now. Outside of the Eagles, I think the Ravens have the most talented
The
roster.
Ravens have so much talent.
They just drafted Malachi Starks to put
They
in
just signed Jair
Kyle
Alexander.
That might be the best.
Yeah,
that might
they
be the
already
best
have
safety
Kyle
combo.
Hamilton.
That could go down as the best safety.
They
combo in
just
NFL.
drafted Mike Green, guys, who was the sack leader in college football last year. He's like on
that
their
roster
bench.
is
Yeah, their
Roquan
defense.
Smith,
Their
they got
defense.
And they
is
were already
loaded.
a stacked roster. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP, and their defense is loaded with Pro Bowlers, man.
Uh-huh.
So I mean,
And they still
Jair
have Derrick
Alexander,
Henry and a
Jair
damn good
Alexander,
offensive line.
Malachi Starks,
And the Bengals are
drafting
the
of
only team that can
Starks,
beat them
and
in
the
the
signing of
AFC North.
Alexander alongside Kyle Hamilton, to me, puts that secondary in top 5 in the NFL.
And that was their biggest weakness last season, all regular season. They went
not
out
looking
to-
forward to October 26th, boys.
No, yeah, that's going to be a problem. But the Ravens clearly understood what their biggest weakness was, and that was pass defense. And they went out and they addressed it, and they started to get better at it, as you pointed out, Sean.
And Lamar is Lamar, guys.
But they have improved the personnel on the back end,
and we can't understate this. I mean, regardless of what he does in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson is the best regular season quarterback in the NFL.
100%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if they had Josh Allen, they would have won a Super Bowl already for sure. No doubt about it.
Okay. So, what I was,
I agree. I agree with that.
And I guess if Josh Allen, you're saying if Josh Allen had the Ravens, he would have won a Super Bowl.
He probably would have won 3 Super
If
Bowls.
he was on the Ravens roster as it is built right now, he would have won the Super
The
Bowl.
Bills, we all just picked the Bills to have 12 or 13 wins. So get it done with the team.
Well,
you
they're
got.
gonna beat.
That's
They're gonna
what
beat
you got to
again.
do.
I think
I
undoubtedly,
so
guys.
Besides week 1, when they
Yeah,
play
I think so too, Sean. I think so too.
I think I would define them as the two players that impact their teams the most.
And
Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, to me. I think if you threw
bro.
Lamar Jackson on the Bills, they're a perennial playoff team. I
And
think
just-
these two guys impact their team more than any two players in the NFL.
And just a side note on that, their teams both went out and addressed the defense in a heavy way in this offseason, and that's what they needed to do. And that's what you can do when you have the quarterback. And hopefully the Bears can get to that at some point.
Yeah, a Ravens Bills AFC championship game would not be disappointing in any way, shape, or form this year. That would be epic.
Yeah, that's going to depend on seeding, though, and how we have that
One.
planned out. Like Brandon was saying, like I had some preconceived notions before I got into this. And as I said, I went through, and the way I rated it basically when I looked at these rosters, guys, is I was like, is this player a guy I would want on my team, replacement level, above replacement level? And I just added up points for that, basically. Like, who are the studs you have on your team? And I gave points for that. The Ravens had 21. They led the division in terms of like talent. And I added coaching, I added kicking, all that. Bengals had 14 points. Browns had 13. The Steelers, guys, I thought this team is not very good. That's what I thought going into this. And the Steelers, I had 20 points for them. The Steelers have studs up and down that.
The Steelers are really good.
They have talent across
loaded,
and not just that. Like you said, DK and Caleb Johnson, who they just drafted, and Jalen Warren, who is a sneaky stud and has been.
Roman's going to break out. Man.
Roman Wilson was
just
a guy.
say this.
I almost gave a point to, but I didn't.
Faith I have in Aaron.
Put Jack
Rodgers.
Campbell across from TJ Watt. I mean,
Aaron Rodgers is the problem with the Steelers, right? Because is Aaron Rodgers going? He was just named the captain, by the way.
Yes, he was today.
So that's a good sign. But like, is Aaron Rodgers going to adapt to the Steeler way? Is he going to get in line, toe the line for Mike Tomlin, or is he going to try to be the guy that is the leader in that building? Mike Tomlin is the unquestioned leader in that Steelers building. That is the one common thing for the Steelers over the last 18 years, right? So I mean,
and
does Aaron Rodgers get in line with Tomlin? I think that's the biggest issue because they have an offensive line to protect Aaron Rodgers, guys. The Jets did not have that last year. The Jets did not have that.
On the Jets, he had 3,800 yards and 28 touchdowns. I agree with you, Dustin. I think the protection's better in Pittsburgh, and I think DK Metcalf is an upgrade from Garrett Wilson. A lot of people probably disagree. Mm-hmm. And I think Roman Wilson's going to snap. And listen, we've argued about this, Dustin. Well, not really argued. You make fun of it.
I don't know how you could say that.
I think that Jonnu Smith is an impact tight end on this football team. He had his best seasons with Arthur Smith. And I don't think that the writing's on the wall yet for Darnell Washington. I think they have 3 quality tight ends on that football team, man. So
Darnell Washington's there.
Mike Tomlin's going to lead that team to a winning record without a doubt.
Hey, JS83, you're here watching us, bud. I don't know what does that make you?
And I guess 33 viewers. I guess 710 in the corner doesn't.
Well, they don't see that. That's on X. It is what it is. Oh. JS83, you're here watching us. So if you want to call us losers, I don't know what the fuck that makes you or where you're coming from, bro. I don't know where you're at right now.
Tell him, Scrolls.
Oh God, he says inside. You use the terms. He's a
I think a few of us are in the homes that we own. JS83. I don't know about you. I doubt you are. Okay. Anyways, I haven't made my predictions for the division yet. I just did all that talking about the Steelers. Don't show his comments no more. He can fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay. So I made all those comments about the Steelers, but I still don't have them as the second best or first best team in the AFC North. I am exactly lined up with y'all. Ravens at 13-4, beating their over-under of 11-5. They're going to kill it this regular season. Bengals at 11-6. And this was hard because, that defense is bad, guys. That defense is a huge problem. And guess what else is a problem for the Bengals? That offensive line. If Lucas Patrick is your starting right guard, you have a problem on your offensive line. The Bengals could fix it. And if you have a quarterback that can get past it, it's Joe Burrow, I believe. He has dealt with bad offensive lines, right? But I just can't. The way the schedule lays out for the Bengals is perfect, guys. It really is. Like they got.
It is a really good schedule.
They have good home games. They are away against teams that are inferior to them, so it just lines up really well. I think the Steelers might be a better overall team, but the difference is Joe Burrow versus Aaron Rodgers to me. That's really the difference. So I got the Bengals at 11-6. They're going to be winning a lot of shootouts. What are we laughing at? Jay, I make 83 cents an hour. The fuck out. Yeah, we got him out. He's gone. The Steelers I have at 10-7. So I got the Bengals at 11-6.
Scrolls. He says you have 33 viewers. Scroll says, "Will you make 34?" Got him.
Exactly.
Got him.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually, we have 816.
820 at the moment.
Thank you all so much for joining us, guys.
Yeah, Twitter's going crazy today, man. I love you, Twitter, right now.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love it. Do this every week, please.
So Ravens 13-4 over their 11.5. Bengals 11-6 over their 10.5. Steelers at 10-7 over their 8.5. I got 3 double-digit win teams.
Well, we all have them over. I mean, I have them at 9-8. What did you have, What did you have the Steelers?
Justin, what's the Browns?
9-8.
Justin, what did you have the Browns at?
I have them at 2-15, guys.
So me and you are one game off, Dustin. I have the Browns at 3.
I have the Browns as the worst team in the NFL. Yes,
and all three of us went 3 wins. 3.
We lined up. Listen, when we start talking our futures, let's remember this: Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns to finish in that exact order. We can bet that we can make that a 4 stars bet. I want to see what the odds are on that. Let's get back to that. Let's not forget that because we're all in agreement on this one.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to say about the AFC North? I mean, I think the Rodgers conversation is the most pivotal conversation in this division because I think we know what we have in Lamar Jackson. We know what we have in Joe Burrow. If Aaron Rodgers finds the fountain of youth and buys into the Steelers system,
and we know what we got Joe Flacco as well.
We know. That's a good point. But Aaron Rodgers is the variable here. And if Aaron Rodgers goes back in time and becomes a good enough Aaron Rodgers to carry a really talented team,
very similar
the Steelers
to
team can see themselves in the playoffs very easily. Guys.
Very similar to Peyton Manning in Denver at the end of his career there. Like, Peyton, you don't have to win every game. Just don't mess it up. But
Peyton had it up here a little better than Rodgers. Wants to be the hero. It feels
but
like.
We've seen Rodgers be that guy before. So if he could just be like in between what he was last year and what he was in the back-to-back MVP seasons, if he could just be in between that could be a damn good football team. But it remains to be seen. And the fact that Aaron Rodgers refuses to show up to training camp and all that other hoopla, that doesn't help his case in any way, shape, or form. All right, guys, let's move on to the
He's the captain now.
Let's move on to the now best division in football.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Oh, this was a tough.
This is my best division of football.
I drink your milkshake.
Not even a question. They're better than the NFC North. They're better than the AFC North. The AFC West is
AFC North. By the way, guys, I had 36 wins. 36 wins for the AFC North so far. That is the highest.
I think we're all pretty damn close.
Yeah, we're all pretty close with that.
Yeah, no, we were all lined up very, very similar, guys. The AFC North is going to be a very tough division.
I think this division is going to be interesting because I think someone's going to pick an upset winner in this division, but it's not going to be me. I think the Chiefs got better. But before I even get to that, how about the coaches in this division? From Harbaugh to Carroll to Reed to Sean
we beat that up on the bare minimum, man. That is
man. This is the best coach
class.
This is the best coach division that we have seen maybe in our lives watching football, guys.
Probably.
Now, I'm interested.
Jerry is in the building. What up?
Maybe in the lives of people who watch football before us. This could be the best coaching division in the history of.
And I'm interested. I'm very interested to see where you guys go because I'm going to stick with the Chiefs until proven otherwise. I have them at 12-5. I have the Chargers at 11-6.
Okay.
I have the Broncos at 10-7. And I have the
Broncos
Raiders at
third,
7
huh?
and 10.
Raiders.
But I
at
do have
7
the
and 10.
Broncos missing the playoffs. The Chargers taking that.
You like the
spot.
Chargers better than the Broncos, Sean? Can you explain that?
Yeah, I
Sean,
can.
what the hell, man?
No, I'm just curious. I'm not making fun of you. I just want to know why you have the Chargers.
did
that
Chargers
high.
Chargers over under is 9.5, guys. Chargers
9.5.
over under is
Broncos?
9.5.
What's
I
the
have them at
Broncos?
11.
Saints?
9.5. Broncos is 9. The Chiefs are
Broncos
11.5. Raiders 7.5.
I think didn't the Chargers have a better record last year than the Broncos?
Yes, they did. Sean was about to make his point.
Yeah,
for
I
why-
feel-
I
The
just want
only-
to listen to what he has to say.
No, the only thing that makes me give a pause is because it just popped in my brain that they did lose. I can't think of his name, the left tackle from Northwestern.
Slater just went down. Yes,
He went down, but
And unfortunately, they have a Joe
I
Olsen.
mean, Sean, with
Yeah.
Slater, if you compare the offensive lines, I believe the Broncos have a higher graded
the
offensive
Broncos
line
have
than
one of
Chargers.
the top
Slater.
5
With
offensive
Slater.
lines in football.
in
But
the top 5
I
defense.
personally, I like Justin Herbert a lot. I don't think he gets enough
yeah.
pub. I know
Yeah.
he's struggled a little
I
bit
like him too.
in big games. I love Lab McConkey. I love what they did with this run game.
They added Keenan Allen and
Listen,
Trey Harris, Sean.
And hey, you guys know I beat up Najee Harris a ton, but I think Najee Harris, the mix of Mario Hampton and
4
that
seasons in the
run
NFL,
game,
Sean. 4
that-
seasons in the NFL, 4 1,000-yard rushing seasons.
I know,
for Najee
but
Harris.
he's just a guy. He's not like
in a hardball offense. Just a guy is a pretty fucking good guy.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
like what they
But the
did. They're going to be able to
17-game
control the
schedule-
clock with that run game. I love Herbert's poise. The defense is a little shaky. The Broncos probably have a little bit of a better defense than the Chargers.
They definitely do.
A little bit better. The Broncos might have the best defense in football. Guys.
I think they do. I think
The Broncos are going to have a pretty good defense. But I don't agree. I don't think they're overrated. I don't think they're overrated, Scrolls. Maybe a little bit. But
Sean Payton is not overrated.
Listen,
I can't tell you that shit. Sean
Slater
Payton's not
going-
overrated.
I like
Slater
Herbert
going-
over Knicks. If there's the
There you go.
distinction that separates the two, I like Herbert over Knicks, and I like Bo Nix, and I do like the Broncos. I think this year, though, I'm going to give it to the Chargers and Mr. Harbaugh because I would love to see Harbaugh versus Harbaugh again in the playoffs.
Sean, you haven't even mentioned Omarion Hampton yet.
Yeah, I said Hampton.
Yeah, you did.
I said
I didn't hear it.
Hampton.
Omarion Hampton
yeah.
with Najee Harris. I mean, that
That run game.
Slater going down sucks, but you move Joe Alt to left tackle.
What a luxury.
And you have Trey Pipkins, who started at left and right tackle in the NFL already, to move into right tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, this offensive line it definitely hurts, but it's still pretty fucking good. Their left tackle situation is way better than the Bears right now.
I'm very
and their
iffy,
starting
though.
left tackle just got injured for the entire season. So like the Chargers I like them. I can go next if y'all want.
Yeah, whoever.
Because I'm gonna go even further than you, Sean.
Guys, 950 people in the building. We really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't already, please, if you have the chance, go over to our 4-Star Chicago Sports YouTube page and please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Dustin, take it away.
Man, I got the Chargers at 14-3 and the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Whoa, really?
Guys, the Chargers schedule lines up so well. Let me just go through this real quick because I just want to make sure that I make this point.
I thought I was crazy picking them at two in the division.
Listen, they start out against the Chiefs in Brazil, right? Or Sao Paulo, right? So like that's not a home field advantage. And the Chargers, let's be real, don't really have a home field advantage in general. That stadium is not really a home field stadium. But the Chargers, as you pointed out, coached by Jim Harbaugh, I think this is the year they get over that Kansas City Chiefs hump. So I see them winning that game. The point I want to make, though, is that they get all the tough games at home. After that Chargers-Chiefs game, they're on the road for the Raiders. They get the Broncos coming home. They got the Giants on the road. They got the Commanders coming to their house. They got the Dolphins on the road. They got the Colts coming there. They got the Vikings coming there. And then they're on the road at the Titans. And then they got the Steelers coming to their house. I see this team starting out 9-1, guys. I got this team starting out 9-1. Like I cannot pick. And again, they're on the road against the Jaguars. Then they get the Raiders coming home. They got the Eagles at home. They're on the road at the Chiefs, obviously, but then they're on the road at the Cowboys. They get the Texans at home. Do you see what I'm saying? Like every tough game, besides their divisional matchups, they have at home, and they play kind of in my mind, easy teams. I think the Cowboys are going to have a bad year. I think and they get them on the road, the Dolphins on the road, the Jaguars on the road. Like they get the tougher games at home and the harder game, the easier games on the road. So I got them at 14-3. They're over under 9.5. I got the Chiefs at 12-5. They're over under 11.5.
That's where I had them.
Yep. And I got the Broncos at 12-5. They're over under 9.5. This division's decided in week 18 when the Chargers go on the road against the Broncos. And I'm going to bet Brandon has the Broncos winning that game. I got the Chargers winning that game on the road against the Broncos and sealing the division and the number 1 seed in the AFC last week of the season. Raiders, I wanted so badly to pick the Raiders to have 9 wins. Like, I love this team. I love the coaching change that they made. New quarterback, new coach. They fit the profile of a team that flips the script in a very quick fashion. And you got Brock Bowers there, and you got Jacoby Myers there. And I love Deontay Thornton, and I love Jack Besh. But it's just not in the cards when you're in this tough of a division. It's really tough for them. They have a very hard schedule. I got them at 6-11. I got them under their 7.5 over under. But I got 3 teams with double-digit wins here. 44 total wins, guys. The next highest in the AFC is 36.
Division all time.
That division is going to have 3 playoff teams, and I
got
the chart.
Would beat NFC North last year, so that would make them the best division all time.
Yep. I think that's what we're looking at, guys. And I think the Chargers are the number 1 team in that division. As Sean was, to echo what Sean was saying, guys, Jim Harbaugh is a top 3 coach in football. He's going to have this team ready. The Chargers have really good safeties, a really good secondary, and you know that they're going to play hard on defense, and you know they're going to run the ball. And then here's the other prediction I'll make.
We didn't even mention Trey Harris, who's going to have a second-half impact.
Yeah, I mentioned him actually when you were going off. So yeah, they added Trey Harris. They added Keenan. They added Trey Harris. They added Keenan Allen. Justin Herbert is going to fucking kill it this year. Justin Herbert, he is kind of overhyped, Sean. A lot of football nerds love Justin Herbert, and I love him too because when you watch him throw the ball, it's one of the prettiest throws you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, he's got a great ball.
I think that with Ladd McConkey and that receiving core and this run game that they're going to have, you are looking at that Joe Burrow levels, that Patrick Mahomes level season from Justin Herbert this year. Justin Herbert is going to get close to 5,000 yards. He's going to throw for over 40 touchdowns. He is going to light up the NFL. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just have that feeling like eventually he's got to get over that hump and prove people wrong and win games that matter. And I think this is the year Herbert does it. Because if he doesn't do it this year, it's not happening. And Jim Harbaugh's moving on. Jim Harbaugh will be moving on.
James, where would you rank Jim Harbaugh? Just out of curiosity, because he's laughing at your top 3 coaches. Just out of curiosity. I want to see what he said.
Around like that.
And I predicted them to be in the playoffs last year, guys. I was the only one of us 4 that predicted them to be in the playoffs last year. And this is just the next step in their progression in my mind. And Jim Harbaugh, that's what he does. That's what he did in San Francisco. That's what he did in Michigan. That's what he did at Stanford. He turns the programs around very quickly.
Kyle, you want to go? You want me to go?
Go ahead, Brendan.
All right, we got 1,000 in the building, guys. Thanks everybody who's watching. Thanks for everybody who's tuned in. If you like what you're hearing, guys, go over to our YouTube channel. Like Kyle said, 4-Star Chicago Sports. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I got the Broncos winning the division. None of you guys were surprised to hear it. I have them doing so at 13-4. I do think this is hands down the best division in NFL. I think they hands down have the most wins collectively. I have the Broncos at 13-4. I have the Chiefs at 12-5. I think the Chiefs' offense is much improved, guys. Much improved. I think Andy Reid and Mahomes are back on track after that ugly Super Bowl loss. The Chargers, I do have at 11-6. Justin Herbert,
the Super Bowl
Justin Herbert is my problem.
It was a bad loss, though. It was a bad
loss. Kelsey looked faded. I mean, it looked like, and Pacheco showed that he's kind of just not what the Chiefs think he is.
I think Kelsey has shown that he is not prioritizing football much anymore.
Yeah, and Pacheco to me is just a guy, dude. But I do think the Chiefs.
I don't agree with you on Pacheco.
I do think the Chiefs are a good team. The Chargers I have at 11-6, and the Chargers I have at 11-6, and I don't think that Harbaugh wants Justin Herbert to be his quarterback, and I don't think he will. I think he will move on from Justin Herbert. I think that he brought Trey Lance.
It's this year or bust.
I think he brought Trey Lance for insurance of performance, not of injury. But
we talked about that at length, Brandon, about
the
similarities between this situation and the situation in San Francisco when Harbaugh was there with Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick versus now, right?
And Trey Lance kind of plays the same style of football. And I don't know if you guys pay attention during the
Shanahan traded for Garoppolo, Kyle. He was not
during the preseason. Trey Lance looked phenomenal, and I'm sure Harbaugh had that influence over him. I do have the Chargers 11-6, and Dustin, I'm with you. I got the Raiders at 6-11, and I also was just staring at it, wanting to find a win somewhere. But their schedule is rough, man. And I don't love the Raiders' defense outside of Max Crosby. I do think they've done a little work on the offense. They drafted some good players, and that Jacoby Myers is demanding a trade. I think he's a good receiver. That would impact the Raiders team for sure if they lose him.
Well, they still got Dante Thornton there, and
I know. And Thornton looked really bad.
Trey Tucker
in preseason. Thornton looked.
There's two other players that have been 6'3" or more and ran a 4.3 40 in the NFL history, and that is Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson.
But
Dante Thornton is in rarefied air with that.
I think Pete Carroll gets that Raiders team going in a year from now, and I think they're doing so with a drafted quarterback, a young quarterback. I think they're moving towards their future, and Carroll will make that team probably a winning and playoff team at some juncture of his tenure before he hangs it up.
James, everyone cheats in college football.
But yeah, guys, this Broncos team
cheats in college football. Let's be clear.
This Broncos team was lacking an impactful run game last season. I think RJ Harvey puts it over the top. Sean, you've sold me. I really like RJ Harvey. I think Pat Bryant is a quality starting wide receiver in the NFL.
Evan Ingram
is another just big receiver, really. They've got those two tight ends over there that did a good job blocking, but never really seemed to involve themselves in the passing game. I think Sean Payton's teams only progress, especially when the talent is young. I think Bo Nix has a really good season again, guys. And I think this, guys, and I said this before the show, before we went live.
He got caught though. That's what
I think there's definitively the two best rosters definitively in the NFL. The one being on the AFC or NFC is the Philadelphia Eagles. Their roster improved from what they were last year. They were already the best. And I think the Denver Broncos, between the defensive and offensive side of the football, are the best roster in the AFC.
Whoa, I don't know about that. I think the Ravens are the best roster in the AFC, guys.
I didn't the Ravens.
I didn't pick them to be the number one seed, but that's more about schedule to me and how it lays out. I think the Chargers are.
And hold on, real quick.
I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC.
I meant to say this too. Jahdae Barron being drafted across from Pat.
Fuck yeah, that's a huge pick for them. Yeah,
is just nasty. I mean, that he went to the perfect place, man.
Surtain is injured. That's a problem. But
hey, boys, I got to bring this up to you guys really quick. If we're gonna break down the schedule, we gotta move it on because we have a draft in an hour and 20 minutes, and we haven't even made it to the NFC yet.
Yeah, we gotta get there, Kyle. We
gotta move.
We're good.
I agree with a lot of what you guys said. The only thing I'll say about the reason I do like the Broncos a little bit more than the Chargers this year is just because the Broncos had the most sacks in the NFL last year, and like you said, Bern, I think at one point they were allowing 179 passing yards a game. I mean, that's like 1950 type shit right there. I have the Chiefs winning the division, guys, at 12-5, and the only reason I'm picking I like where the Broncos are going. I like where the Chargers are going. But until somebody can prove to me that Patrick Mahomes can't win that division, then I'm going to keep picking Patrick Mahomes. I know people used to bet against Tom Brady to get cute stuff like that. Just until you can show me you could beat him, then I'm not going to bet against him. I have both the Broncos and Chargers at 11-6. Chiefs 12-5, Broncos and Chargers at 11-6, and the Raiders 7-10. I like where both the Broncos and Chargers are going.
We're about the same.
I just think that Sean Payton, I think that offense in Denver, and you guys talked a lot about adding Hampton. I think RJ Harvey is being slept on. I think he's going to be a very good player in the NFL. I think that Sean Payton is building his version of the New Orleans Saints in Denver, and I think that's going to be a very good team. I like the receiving core. I like Evan Ingram at tight end. I like the running back room. I like that. I think that defense is going to end up being the best defense in the NFL. Statistically, they're going to be the best. Doesn't mean they're going to have the most splash plays, or interceptions, or fantasy points, but statistically, I think they're going to be a shutdown defense. And I until somebody can prove to me that the Broncos or Chargers could take over that division, I'm going to keep picking. I will never bet against Patrick Mahomes because I never bet against Patrick.
That's why
Tom Brady, and it worked out well for me.
I have a feeling with Bo Nix that he's in for some regression. And that's a hard thing to peg because
I like that he can run the ball.
Sean Payton runs the offense very well, and Bo Nix runs it for Sean Payton very well. And all they did was add weapons. But I just got a feeling that he's not going to have as good of a season as he did last year. But that team will still be very good.
He's also going to have time to stand in that pocket, man. That offensive line is incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's the same offensive line they had last year. All the pieces are still there. They're tough. They're tough in the trenches. That's for sure. The Broncos, every team on this list, these 3 teams we just picked to have double-digit wins, are tough in the trenches. That's where it starts and ends.
Oh, and then on the opposite side, you have the team that had the most sacks in the NFL last year. They only are only going to get better. A lot of those guys are young. I just don't see where the Denver Broncos regressed in any way, shape, or form.
I didn't say the Broncos are going to regress. I picked them to be 12-5.
I'm not talking to you.
Bo Nix will regress.
This is why my rankings are the way they are. I also don't think the Chargers are going to regress. I think they're only going to get better. And I like Justin Herbert. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to be the quarterback for the Chargers for a long time. But yeah, it's just that I do agree with you guys that is the best division in NFL history. I think that's the way it plays out. Unless you're talking about some massive injury, Mahomes out for the season or something like that.
What do y'all got for total wins? What do y'all got for total wins in this division? I got 44. 44.
What did I have here? Where did I just do with that division? Shit.
I got 41.
Okay. All right.
I have 42.
Yeah, I have 41 as well. Kyle and I have the identical records.
And I'm a little higher than y'all. Yeah, like Kyle said, setting the record.
Well, I mean, if you got the Chargers as the best team in the AFC, then yeah, obviously you're gonna have.
And then I got the Chiefs and Broncos both at 12-5. We all got the Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos in terms of beating their overs, and we got the Raiders. We all got the Raiders under. They're 7.5. That's the way that played out. We're through the AFC, guys. We want to list our AFC teams 1 through 7, or do you want to wait till the end to do that?
Well, let's flip over the NFC. We'll get
all right. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're running tight. I'll start
the NFC East.
Where the hell is my NFC East? Gosh darn it! Here it is. Really, guys, I have this as a shit division.
Yeah, same here.
I got the Cowboys at 6-11. I got the I have the Eagles at 12-5. The Commanders at 7-10. The Cowboys at 6-11, and the Giants also at 6-11. It wouldn't surprise me if the Giants jump the Cowboys altogether because they look like a complete disaster.
Okay, I'm
just gonna say this. I have the Eagles all the way. They're top team. I don't have much to say. I think the division sucks. I don't think the teams are going to be competitive. I think the Commanders take a step back. Blah 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 blah.
The Eagles lost some pieces in the secondary this year, but they're replacing them with younger guys, and they're hoping that they step up. The Eagles had a damn good draft in terms of taking Jahad Campbell and Makuba and with their first 2 picks. I mean, those guys are starters on this team by the very soon. Jahad Campbell right away, obviously.
Yeah.
The Commanders, they caught lightning in a bottle last year, but this year's schedule is tougher because of that success. And there's game film on Jaden Daniels. It really comes down to if Jaden Daniels can continue to be an unstoppable threat on 4th down and 3rd and short. Like if Jaden Daniels continues to do that, the Commanders will win more games than they lose.
They could.
The Giants I have as a dark horse team to kind of stick it into the NFC playoff picture potentially. But in terms of my I don't know that that's going to happen. That's not what I'm predicting. I'm just saying with the defensive line that they have. And
that front seven is dangerous.
And the potential of Jackson Dart, who will be starting by week 5 or week 6 for this team, I think. So with those things in mind, and Malik Neighbors, who is just an unstoppable force and is going to get open and catch a lot of balls, that they could sneak into this playoff picture. I got the Eagles at 13-4. Their over-unders 11.5. I got the Commanders at 7-10. This is a team I expected to predict a winning record for. I can't get there with the schedule. I think they've improved the roster offensively. Defensively, they are still trash. They were one of the worst teams in the league last year defensively, and they did not really make it better. Von Miller does not move the needle.
And they traded Jonathan Allen, their only run stopper. The only guy, and they already got 7 rushing touchdowns scored on them in the NFC Championship game.
And Dan Quinn is a defensive coach. I think he'll find a way to make them competitive, but they are not going to be good enough defensively, and they have a much tougher schedule this year. So I got them at 7-10, under their 9.5. The Giants I got at 6-11, over their 5.5, over their 5.5. But again, 2 or 3 games, one way or the other. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there as food for thought. The Giants could sneak into this playoff picture in some way, shape, or form. I could
see it.
If there's a second team if there's a second team in the NFC East that you got to look out for, I think it's the Giants. And then the Cowboys. Bad vibes, guys. You trade Micah Parsons right a week before the season starts. You should have paid him before you paid Dak, before you paid CD. You have no running back. You have completely ignored the running back position. I love the Tyler Booker draft pick. I think their offensive line is really fucking good. They're going to protect Dak. CeeDee Lamb is in for a wide receiver 1 season with George Pickens opposite him.
Their left tackle for the year, though.
Yeah, that's a problem. So, like, but when you look at the strength of this team, it's Dak Prescott throwing for a lot of yards to CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. That's what you're going to have to do. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot. So in fantasy, Dak Prescott makes a lot of sense. CeeDee Lamb makes a lot of sense, and even George Pickens to an extent, depending on where you can get them. But I don't see the Cowboys defend. They don't have Trayvon Diggs to start the season either, guys. He's their best cornerback. They just overpaid Deron Bland. I don't know what the Cowboys are doing. They make no sense. Really bad vibes. 4 wins for the Cowboys this season, guys. Worst team in the NFC.
Yeah,
East.
I think Micah Parsons and Luka Doncic should get together and go bowling because Dallas fans are just tearing their hearts out right now, man. That city is absolutely falling apart in terms of sports. Yeah, NFC East, guys, it's pretty simple for me. I got the Eagles at 12-5. I think the Cowboys are second best team in the division at 8-9. I think the Commanders will finish 7-10 as well, and the Giants at 6-11. I like Jackson Dart, but like you said earlier, Dustin, even if he is good, he's going to go through growing pains. Outside of Malik Neighbors, I really don't like anything else in that offense. I'm not sold on Tyrone Tracy. I'm not sold on Cam Scatterbo. I just think the Giants are below average offense.
Justin hates
and
Cam
I think they're going to end up with
all my soul
in that 5-6 wins slot. But I do think the Giants are making moves in the right direction. I think Jackson Dart will get better every game. It's just they're a season behind. Brandon?
Hey, really quick, Razzle. It's not me.
It's not about a homer. Yeah, it's
being Washington. That defense is atrocious. It got worse. Yeah. And they also played a very soft schedule. If you go look at 9, I think it's 7.
They played really bad quarterbacks. Really bad
awful quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels throws to one side of the field. If he doesn't fix this, NFL is going to adjust to him. It's not being a homer. It's just what I see. So
hey, listen, I went into this thinking that I was going to pick the Commanders to win 10 games and be a playoff team. But I'll say that, Razzle. I've been defending the Commanders when you guys have been saying this. But as I looked at their roster and then I looked at their schedule, it don't make sense. It don't line up. I am being real. That's as real as I can be, Razzle.
Yeah. Love it, Brandon.
I got the Eagles at 13-4. I think they were vastly improved over the offseason from being the best team in the league already. Andrew Makuba and Jahad Campbell are going to be 2 immediately impactful players on that football team. I thought they'd also added a couple of wide receivers that'll make a difference for that football team as well, which is just one thing the rest of us in the league don't want more
real quick, Brandon. They did lose Josh Sweat. They did lose Milton Williams, as well as their losses in the secondary.
Their pass rush took a hit.
Yeah, it did. It did. I just want to point that out.
They'll find a way.
Whoever they plug and play will be.
You guys have compared this Bears team to them more than anyone. They pass rush by committee. They'll continue to do so, and they have a guy who multiplies everyone on the defense.
Jalen Carter.
He's going to be better next year too. By the way, this is the breakout season for a guy like that. I think the Commanders are 9-8. I don't think they regress as much as everyone else does. I think Jaden Daniels is just too much. I think he's going to be too much for defenses. He's going to continue to do that throughout his career. He's going to be a guy who moves the chains consistently.
Jaden Daniels is
going to be one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL that's consistently competing. I have them at 9-8. I have the Giants at 7-10. I have the Giants at 7-10, guys, because I think the Giants' defensive line is the best unit in the NFL. And I think that if they consistently apply pressures against good quarterbacks, they'll score enough points to win games. I do like Malik Neighbors, guys. The guy's he's going to be in the end zone. I mean, this is probably the number 1 fantasy player in the league this year, I would imagine. If you're in a PPR league, this guy's going to be a stud. I think whoever's playing quarterback, guys, for this team is going to be better than it was last year for sure. Tommy DeVito,
100%,
or Daniel Jones, whoever it might be. So I think this team's going to improve. I still think Dable gets fired at the end of a 7-10 season. But again, guys, with Thibodeau, Lawrence, the guys that they just drafted, Carter,
Brian Burns Abdul Carter.
That is the best defensive line in football. It's the best unit in the NFL, and I think the Cowboys are 5-12. And I'm not going to give a big long explanation, guys. The Cowboys they have done all the wrong things in the last couple of seasons.
Schottenheimer is their head coach.
They should have paid Parsons before they paid the other 2. Schottenheimer, I don't buy into the system, and I don't like a team that hires a coach from a guy they didn't believe in.
Everybody keeps saying they neglected the running back room, but I mean, and I'm not saying I like the running back room, but I'd rather have Javonte Williams and Jaden Blue than anything they had last year.
But most importantly, guys,
not that much
you weren't willing to pay. You weren't willing to pay Mike.
For sure.
I think
Williams
is
you weren't willing to
move the ball.
All right, guys, I'm trying to finish this so we can move on from the north. You or east. You weren't willing to pay Mike McCarthy because you didn't think he was good enough, and then you hired a guy who worked for him. It doesn't make sense.
A guy that was an assistant for 20 years, Brandon.
Nothing
20
makes
years.
None of this. And then the trading of Parsons, like Dustin said before. You know what that does to your locker room? Do you know what it does to your defensive coordinator? Hey, by the way, we lost the thing you wanted to coach. Like
the best player on the team.
The Cowboys are just on a bad trajectory, and I think it's going to end poorly because I think this is a multi-year trajectory.
Let's fly through the South and the West, guys.
And really quick, too, if the Eagles do win the East, it'll be the first team to win back-to-back in 20 years.
Since 2004. Since 2004,
So,
Sean. Yeah.
That's
a good stat.
I agree with you, man. You can like JD Daniels all you want, but at 6'4", 200 pounds, if that guy gets hit hard, it's going to be a long night.
He did a damn good job of avoiding injury and avoiding hits last year.
Yeah, but if you play in the league for a long time, sooner or later you're going to take a couple of them. Right?
Let's get to the NFC South and fly through these things.
NFC South, I have the Bucks at 11-6, winning the division. Falcons 9-8. I think Bryce Young takes a small step forward. He's solid enough to get the Panthers to a 7-10 record, and the Saints are going to be shoveling their shit all year. I have them at 3-14.
Ooh, I like it.
Sean, let me follow it up because I got the Buccaneers at 11-6, the Falcons at 9-8, the Panthers at 7-10, and the Saints at 2-15.
We're almost identical.
So did you have the Browns or the Saints as the worst team?
I have the Saints as the worst team in football, one game worse than the Browns.
So the Saints
I have them tie.
I like the Browns. I like the Browns roster a lot better than I like the Saints.
So the Saints are going to draft a quarterback after they just drafted.
The Browns have Myles Garrett. That's the difference between those two teams.
The Browns have much more talent than the Saints.
Much
more talent.
Yes, they do.
James says the Falcons will actually win the South.
Yeah, I respect it, James.
Well, that's a good time for me to go because I got the Falcons. I got the Falcons winning the South at 10-7.
Okay.
Their over/under is 7.5. I got them at 10-7. Raheem Morris in his second year, I think, takes a huge step. They just drafted. God damn it, the Jalon Walker and Pierce in the first round. They went and drafted Xavier. Why am I blanking? Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame. I love the additions that they've made on defense, and I think Raheem Morris now has the guys he needs to go after the quarterback. And they went and signed Leonard Floyd. Bijan Robinson is in for a fucking MVP level season. Drake London is in for a top 3 receiver season. It all comes down to Michael Penix. We'll see what he does. He is the X factor for this team, Justin, but I tend to believe in him.
I just want to say something real quick. I just want to say, Scrolls, I agree with you. If the Saints get the number 1 pick, I think Arch Manning goes to the NFL.
That's what
I was.
The
Browns get the number 1 pick. They do not. He does not go to the NFL.
No, I don't know if you want Arch Manning after you watched him this past Saturday.
He was bad. He was very bad. But we'll see how he looks. We'll
see. Yeah, it's a long season. And the defense is pretty good. So
I got the Falcons at 10-7. Again, their schedule just lines up really well. The tough games are
at home. That wouldn't surprise me.
Based on how you and Sean both picked the exact same record, basically, and you had the Falcons at 9-8. Like it could go. It's a game. It's a game, but it will come down to the final game between the Bucks and the Falcons. That's what it'll come down to for me. I think the Bucks start out with such a tough schedule. We were talking about this. The first 7 weeks, they have a really tough schedule, and they're without Tristan Wirfs. And we saw what happened to the Niners without Trent Williams. When you're missing your top 3 in the NFL left tackle, it kind of changes things for you. They're without Chris Godwin, though I do like Emeka Egbuka, and I think he will step in very nicely. But they're without McMillan as well. This offense, the way it's going to look at the end of the season is going to be very different than how it looks at the beginning of the season. The Bucks will be coming on strong by the end of the season, but I think they can't overcome the slow start to get past the Falcons. That's my logic with that. Falcons 10-7, Bucks 9-8. The Bucks over under is 9.5, so I got them under that. I am exactly simpatico with you guys. I got the Panthers at 7-10. I wanted really badly to push them up to 9 wins somehow. I really look for it. I believe I wanted to pick them to win the division, and I did at first. I ended up changing it. But yeah, Bryce Young is going to take a big step forward. They're over under 6.5, so I got them over that. That Tetero McMillan, Bryce Young connection, that's going to be legit and a lot of fun to watch this year. They're going to be a Sunday ticket team to watch. You're going to be watching the Panthers a lot, Sean. And then, I got the Saints at 3-14. They're trash. I got the Browns as the worst team in the NFL, but I got the Saints right behind them with the number 2.
I'm the only one with the Colts as the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, you are.
They're not too far behind, but
I think that Falcons offense is going to kill it this year, guys.
Burn, let's go.
I got the Buccaneers. I got the Buccaneers at 12-5 because I think that wide receiver group is the second best unit in the NFL behind the Giants' defensive line. Between the guys we already know, guys Evans, Godwin, McMillan, now Egbuka. I think Otten's a serviceable tight end. I have the Falcons at 8-9. finishing second and out of the playoffs, guys. I like Michael Penix a lot. I think Michael Penix is going to be a really good quarterback in his career.
I think the whole class is.
I think
the whole
Raheem
class is
Morris
pretty good.
is eventually no longer the head coach of the Falcons. I don't believe in that guy as a head coach. I think he's a coordinator at best. I think the
You're
Panthers
way
finished-
wrong on that.
Well, he was a head coach and failed, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think Canellis is a good coach, and I think the Panthers are 7-10. I really like, guys. Tetero McMillan is the real fucking deal. This guy is a stud. He's going to be a name
top
you
10 pick of the
remember.
draft. You
gonna
better
be-
be the real deal.
He's going to be. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
going to need to be the real deal for sure.
plenty of players drafted in the top 10 were not, but I think a lot of people question him, man. He had that little video where he was caught saying I don't watch film. People blew it out of proportion and made this guy sound like he's a fucking has-been, but he's not. He's a good football player, and he's going to make a really big impact on Bryce Young, the quarterback who's going to make a major stride this season. And guys, yes, I have the Saints at 3-14 as well. And I have the Colts worse than the Saints. And the only reason I do is because I think the Saints, if they start Shuck, will go to Rattler and win more football games.
They already started Rattler. Rattler is their
Okay,
starter.
yeah. So
but
there's a
Spencer
potential
Rattler's the
that they
starter.
win more games than 3. I think the Colts are a
beating?
worse team than the Saints.
I mean, hammer the under for all of those teams, the Browns, the Colts, the Saints. Hammer the under. The Saints are not winning a lot of games, regardless of who they're
Bucky Irving's a stud.
Do you guys mind if I start the NFC West off?
I not at all, but
Because this is my worst to first, guys. I got the Niners.
He did. He was second. He went after Sean.
I got the Niners winning the division. So that's my worst to first. Sean says the 1.2 teams every year. If you go from worst to first, the Niners finished last in the NFC West last year. I think they finished first in the NFC West this year with the easiest schedule in the NFL. I got the Niners at 12-5. I think the Rams and Matthew Stafford will be hampered by injuries this year, but they're still a good football team. I got them at 10-7. Cardinals at 8-9, and the Seahawks in the last at 7-10. I just don't like Sam Darnold, guys. I'm sorry. And I know people here are going to disagree and they say they like the Seahawks roster and a lot of talent. Yada, yada. I have no faith in Sam Darnold without Kevin O'Connell. That's just me personally, but we'll see. Remains to be seen.
1,500 in the building, guys.
I'll follow that up really quick because I also have the 49ers from worst to first at 12-5, but I have the Arizona Cardinals at 11-6. Go look at that schedule. It lines up really well for them to start off possibly 8-2 on the season. They play a lot of tomato cans to open up the season. I loved some of their additions they made in the offseason. Their draft was great. Will Johnson, Walter Nolan. They added Baron Browning, Josh Sweat, Dalvin Tomlinson. And I'm a fan of Jonathan Gannon. I know that a lot of people
I'm a fan of Jared Verse and Braden Fisk.
And that's fine. My biggest problem with the Rams is not the talent on the team; it's the quarterback on the team.
It's the quarterback's back.
Yes,
it's the back of the quarterback.
Yeah, back issues are important. That's a big one. We just talked about this.
If Stafford's not there, this team isn't winning 10-11 games. Jimmy G isn't taking them to the promised land.
Neither is Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, I have the Rams at 9-8 still, and I have the Seahawks at 7-10. But my worst to first is the Niners, and obviously I know you guys don't agree with the Cardinals. Kyle, you already said they were going to be 8-9. Look at that schedule. Look at how it starts. They literally play the worst teams in the NFL except for 2 through their first.
They can lose to the worst team. I'm not going to debate you.
They're not going to lose.
I respect your opinion, man, but
they're going to be a good.
I think they could be involved in that conversation.
I think the Cardinals will be.
I
think the Cardinals will be what they have been because Kyler Murray is what he is. Yes, I think they're a middling team. But hey, we could be wrong. The Cardinals did improve drastically on defense.
I thought they improved amazingly.
Listen, drafting
the last 2 years in a row.
You added Calais Campbell. You drafted Walter Nolan. You drafted Will Johnson, who might be the best cornerback in this draft. You drafted Jordan Birch. They attacked the defense aggressively.
They attacked the
improvements that the Cardinals made on
free agency.
All right, who's the Cardinals' backup quarterback?
Fuck if I know.
Who cares?
Kyler Murray's not the pillar of health either, guys. He's missed every year of his career. He's missed games. Every single year of his career, he's missed football games.
He played the entire season.
We're gonna really argue about the NFC.
Kyler Murray is a solid quarterback.
Season last year.
I think that
he has a tough time winning. What did they finish last year with Kyler Murray?
8-9. Yeah, and
it's his first year back. With his head coach. And he's got second-year Marvin Harrison.
Okay. Yeah, I
he's got Trey McBride.
I have a lot of faith in Marvin Harrison. I'll say this about the NFC West. The defenses in the NFC West are very good, a lot better than people are giving them credit for. This might be one of the best, if not the best, defensive division in football. You're not going to see a lot of high-scoring games, I don't think, when the NFC West plays. I'm going to sound like a broken record here because I got the Niners at 12-5. I cannot pick anything other than 12-5 for the Niners. I've done it over and over again. I think I had them at 11-6.
Schedule in NFL history.
I had them at
easiest schedule in NFL history.
Listen, the Niners got concerns, man. Jawan Jennings came back today, so
look at the schedule.
that's a good thing. No, it matters to me. I want the Niners to do well. I do. So I got them at 12-5. I got them as the number one team in the NFC West. My number two team in the NFC West is a team I'm going to be on my own with here, but I got the Seahawks at 9-8, guys. The Seahawks, in terms of their defense, is where I'm really at. Mike McDonald, in his second year as the coach, he's a defensive guru. He was that guy last year, if you guys remember. But I mean, look at their defense: Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, Jerron Reed, Demarcus Lawrence, Ernest Jones at linebacker, Julian Love at safety, Reek Woolen and Devin Witherspoon at cornerback. They just drafted Nick Eamon-Ward.
Now do the offense.
Okay, let's do it. I love Carlos Arroyo. Elijah Arroyo. Carlos Arroyo was the point guard in the NBA for the Miami Heat. I like Elijah Arroyo, the tight end that they just drafted this year out of Miami. I like Torrey Horton. He's getting a lot of good vibes out of camp. Jackson Smith and Jigba is in for a top 10 receiver season this year. Gray Zabel is killing it.
Yeah, but
Charles Cross,
growing pains,
and then
right?
Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet is a damn good running back duo. And I think Sam Darnold is the same exact thing as Geno Smith. This Seahawks team won 10 games last year, guys. This was a good Seahawks team last year.
Smith has been good for 4 or 5 years, guys. Sam Darnold did it once.
I know you guys don't. That's why I'm saying I'm on my own with this. But we talked a lot about the Broncos defense. The Seahawks defense is a top 5 defense this year, guys. Just mark my words on that. We'll see how it goes.
But they have a damn good to score points to win football.
Finish your division.
They will find a way to score points. Sam Darnold is going to be good enough, I think, with what they have in terms of weapons. I got them at 9-8, guys, and I tried to pick it otherwise, and I couldn't. It keeps coming up that way. Rams, I got at 8-9. I see regression there. It's the Matt Stafford thing, and he's getting older. And Kyron Williams is in for regression, guys. Just look at the stats, look at the numbers. I don't see Kyron Williams repeating what he's done the last couple of years. I don't. And I'm not a big fan of Devontae Adams. Puka Nacua is a damn good receiver if he can stay healthy. But that defense again for the Rams is very good. And we just talked about the Cardinals. I got them in 8-9 as well. I think that's just what they are with Kyler Murray at quarterback. I think they're going to need to find another quarterback if they want to do what Gannon wants to do to win games. That's what I think. So yeah, Cardinals at 8-9. Taking up the back of the division.
Okay, I got I did not want to pick the Niners to win this division. I think the Niners are on a bad trajectory in regards to Kyle Shanahan's tenure. I think he'll remain the coach, but I think they're going to have a couple of rough years. I think the Niners are 12-5 though. I haven't won this division.
We all got them at 12-5.
I have the Rams at 10-7. I think the Rams are still a really good team. Like Kyle said, Jared Verse is going to be a top 5 defender in the NFL this season.
He might be the best defender in the NFL.
And I think Devontae Adams does actually have. It took me a while to buy into this. I think Devontae Adams, the way he's looked in camp and in preseason, I think this guy does actually make an impact on this football team. And I think Puka Nacua will help Devontae Adams come back to relevance too. I like the Rams at 10-7. I have the Cardinals at 8-9. I think that's where we said they finished last year. That's how I feel about the Cardinals in general.
3 of us have them
Just
at
like
8-9.
Flat line.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah.
I love being on the island all alone.
I'm over here with the Seahawks. Same thing.
The Seahawks, I have 6-11, guys. Darnold is going to come down to earth. It's going to be a different offense than the one Kevin O'Connell ran.
Cup's going to be hurt week 3.
Yeah,
it's about Orton. It's about Arroyo.
Signing to me is
Cooper Kupp signing means nothing to me. But guys, Clint Kubiak being the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks is a big deal. I'm just going to throw that out.
I mean, but
Clint Kubiak is a damn
all
good
rookies go through growing pains, right? Including Arroyo and Horton. Everybody goes through growing pains, right? If you're working in the NFL, and they're going to feel that.
It's going to be an up and down season. I got them at 9-8, but I think they're going to be a much better team than what people are expecting.
Let's dive into the North, guys.
All right, here we go.
All right, so let's go through the Bears' schedule, guys, and let's kind of address this and game by game and see where we stand. I think that's the way we got to do it, just to give the Bears-centric focus here and really kind of determine as a group what we're looking at here. And Sean's got it up on the screen. This is the division that matters to us the most, right? This is the division we want to see the Bears be successful in. So let's get into it. Week 1, Vikings, Monday Night Football. What are you guys thinking? I'm thinking win. I'm thinking
W.
Win.
That's the perfect time. Perfect time to play JJ McCarthy. His first game ever under the bright lights in Soldier Field, prime time, against a team who has one of the best. I understand that Dennis Allen's new to the Bears, but he's still one of the most consistent defensive corners in the NFL. They're going to get after JJ McCarthy. They're going to try to make him uncomfortable, and he's going to make mistakes. I think the Bears win that game.
Okay, week 2 at the Lions. Are we all in agreement? Win week 1? Are we all in agreement?
Yeah, I think if they're able to apply any bit of pressure, which we all think is a concern on this team now, I do want to say that, but I think if they apply any pressure on McCarthy, that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's it. And they're getting McCarthy at the perfect time. Week 2 at the Lions. That's a big fat loss, guys.
That's a loss.
A big fat
I have it as a loss.
Yes, we're all in agreement there. I mean, do we need to talk about that much? Like, the Lions are a really good team, and the Bears are on the road.
I got the Cowboys as a win.
Let's do it.
Week 3, Cowboys. I got it as a win as well.
At home.
So right now we got the Bears at 2-1. Brandon, you got a Cowboys victory for the Bears over the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean they're coming back home. I'll take them over the Cowboys.
The first loss Scrolls sees in week 8. Interesting. Okay, this one is the first loss is the second loss that I see, guys, and it's just on the fact that
I'm with you.
The fact that they're on the road, the Raiders are a frisky team. The ball bounces. This could go either way. This is a toss-up game to me, 50-50, but the fact that they're on the road has me give the edge to the Raiders. I don't know about you, Kyle.
I'm taking a loss.
I got the Bears winning against the Raiders. Don't worry. People always, when I did this last show on Barely There, people were like, "Oh my God, you got the Bears going 15-2." Well, the losses will come, I promise. But I got the Bears beating the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to have a brand new coach.
Don't worry, Bears fans. It's okay. The losses are coming.
The Raiders are headed in the right direction, but I'd say they're probably just a year behind the Bears. I think the Bears.
Brandon, where are you at with this game?
Man, I like them beating the Raiders, but it's
okay. So we're at a push here.
Yeah, I'll agree with you guys. Okay, because I have their schedule very much different than I think most people.
I got this as a Bears loss. So Brandon, you're on a win. We got a push here. What's the chat say?
I'm on a win.
Okay, well, shit. Then I guess we're giving the win. The tie goes to the winner. Wherever the fuck the tie goes to the offense. I don't know. Yeah, Raiders.
I'm just gonna keep my schedule, and we'll do 4.
No, we're obviously giving our. This is just us together. We're all giving our individual takes. I have this as a loss, but we're gonna mark it as a win as a group because
I'm just doing 4 stars separate.
Yep, exactly.
I have it as a loss.
Week 5 bye. Do we guys have that as a win or a loss?
A win. Big win.
Big win. Week 5 bye.
Yeah.
All right. Week 6 at Commanders. I have this as a loss, guys. Monday Night Football.
I have it as a win.
I have it as a loss.
I have it as a win. Caleb's revenge. Guys.
Okay. Well, then, if we're gonna stick with the trend, that we're giving it a win right now.
That's where he's from.
Right.
It's like the receiver. The receiver is the one who ends up with the ball.
So you guys have the Bears at 4-1. I'm at 3-2 personally.
Oh, okay. Well, we're at 4-1 as a group because we're
going 5-1.
Well, we're at 4-1, and then we're going to the Saints. Now we're 5-1. We all got wins here. This
we
is
got
home.
The Saints, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so
here comes the losses, boys.
All right. So here's the point to make with this Bears schedule. 100%.
Very similar to last year.
You need to be 4-2 or 3-3 after week 7 in order to keep your head over water.
And if you're 4-2, a 10-game losing streak following that would not.
It's similar. It's very similar to last year, as Kyle was just saying. But if you're not at 4-2 going into at Ravens, at Bengals, you're kind of fucked because you can kind of survive this. You turn around with the Giants at home, right?
Guys, I got them at 5-1 going into the Ravens and Bengals.
Right now, that's what we have them at.
It's gonna be bad.
They need to be at 4-2 to have a chance to make the playoffs.
I have the Ravens as a loss. Do we all? Is that a consensus?
Yes, I have a loss in these next 2 games.
Biggest loss this season at Ravens. Right
at Ravens, at Bengals, both losses for the Bears.
Loss. Yep, loss.
All right, I'll give you guys the loss. I think the Bears win at the Bengals.
Wow, then you have them as a playoff team.
Well, you're gonna find that out very shortly
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
have a lot of losses
Okay,
coming
so
up.
we have them at 5-3 now after those
Yeah,
two
we have them
losses.
at 5-3, and then they're at home against the Giants. That's a win. That puts them at 6-3.
Yep.
I have that as a loss, but I'll put that down for you guys for the group.
For us. It's for us. Not just
I got a loss against the
don't
Vikings.
separate yourself, Sean. Don't separate yourself.
No, I'm just keeping my record separate. I'm
Yeah,
at
no,
5-4.
we should already have our record, but I got them at 6-3 as a group right now.
Yep.
At Vikings, I got a loss.
Loss.
At Vikings, I got a loss.
Loss
Okay.
in Minnesota.
I have that as a loss.
Play well in Minnesota.
Brandon,
I had him beating the Vikings. I think JJ McCarthy's a much worse. I think he's going to have a really bad rookie year, man. I keep
All right.
telling people this based
yeah,
on
same here.
the way the trend is runs in the NFL.
Okay.
Over 1,700 with us right now. Thank you for being here. Week 12, we got the Steelers at home. I got this as a win, guys.
Loss.
I have this as a loss.
I have it as a loss.
Wow. So we're giving them a
Aaron
loss
Rodgers sticks
as a
it to
group.
us one last
Nope.
time in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Bears are winning that game, guys. Bears are
We-
winning this game.
Do we have them as a group at 6-5 right now? Is that where we're at?
Yes, we are at 6-5 right now.
And
And
I have
yes,
the Bears
yes,
personally
Ant
at
Mass.
5-6.
Yes, Ant Mass. We are fighting as a wild card team. Like throughout the season, the Bears will be in it. That's one thing you can say. They will have their head in it. I don't know if it stays in it, but they will have their head in it. And I was hoping this exercise would kind of talk me off of where I'm at, but it's not really doing that at this
All right,
point.
guys.
So,
Week
at the Eagles on
13
Black
at the
Friday.
Eagles.
That's a loss.
Loss, right?
All right, so
Let's move to the Packers.
at the Packers. That's
Loss.
another loss. That's 6-7.
Loss.
I'm taking that as a win. Caleb stays undefeated in Green Bay.
Brandon, you're the tiebreaker on that.
Loss.
Okay, so we're marking it as a loss as a group. That's got us at 6-7 right now, guys. Going
Browns
into
win.
yeah, that's a win. 7-7.
Packers home
Packers
win.
win.
Packers at home win. Yes, that has
Yep.
us at 8-7.
Niners
Loss.
Yes,
Niners
8-8.
And
Lions
Lions,
at home
win.
Yeah,
9-8. Like I
that's
said,
my
all
games in the
season
beginning of the
9-8.
season are a little scrambled, a little
all-
bit different than you guys had.
You know what? We got there a little bit
Wow.
differently, but I ended up at 9-8 as well. So
Well, let's get into our picks because this might have again. I could see it going a couple different ways for this Bears team.
I have them at 9-8.
I simulated it out.
That's-
I had them at 10-7. I had them at 7-10.
I've had them at
everything in
9-8 for 3 months since we
Yeah.
did this 3 months
you know,
ago.
we just did this. My NFC North, I have it written down at 7-10. So I'm going to change it to 9-8 since we just did this.
See, I was hoping that I would be. I can't
9-8.
change it at this point.
9
It's
and
one.
8 fringe playoff
All right.
team. Just depends on what the rest of the
Let,
NFC.
okay, well then can we get this off the screen, Sean? The schedule.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna. Brandon just said 9-8. Kyle said 9-8. Sean
I've
said
said 9-8 for months.
I have.
on record.
I have the Bears at 8-9 for this season, guys. And the ball could bounce
We're
either
right there,
way.
guys. We're right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. The ball could bounce either way, and they end up at 9-8. And at that point, the NFC, you will have two teams in the playoffs that are 9-8. If the Bears get to 9-8, they are in playoff contention, and that is very possible with this team. Let's just say that.
Does anybody realize too that last year our division had the highest win percentage in
wins,
the
yeah.
history?
45.
of the
Yeah,
NFL?
I said
45
earlier. I
wins.
said earlier. Last year was the NFC North was the best division in the history of football. We have the AFC West surpassing that this year, becoming the best.
I had
division in
them
the
just
history of
short of it, actually. The NFC North was at 45. I had them at 44, and I had the most wins of.
Yeah, you know what?
anybody of
Actually,
us.
you're right because the Bears. Where were the Packers? 10.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I agree
The
with
NFC
that.
North
Sean,
would still be the best
100%.
division of football. You're right, Dustin.
The Bears are going to win a game or two that everyone predicts will lose.
I agree with that
and vice
100%.
versa. But I think the record you guys have is
Yeah.
pretty accurate.
Yeah, I mean,
Ron
Sean,
says 15-2.
Right.
Yeah, Razzle
Razzle, yeah, Razzle 7-10.
Yeah.
7-10. James
Attaboy.
says 13-4. Mark it
I
down.
respect that, Razzle.
Texas-
Razzle's giving a lot of
Yeah,
hate.
Texas
Or
with
he's
us,
beating
guys.
up on the Bears. A 7-10.
I don't think Razzle's giving hate. Let's not he's giving.
No. I'm saying
realistic.
he's giving the Bears a lot of shit over his tenure here as a viewer, but like 7-10 is respectable because that's improvement. You know
It's
what
an
I mean?
improvement. Yeah, if they finish at 7-10 and they're competitive in every game, I'm going to be happy with how this season went. I have them at 8-9. I wanted very badly to put them at 9-8. I just can't Do it. I see them being right on the outside looking in. But Razzle, I disagree with you. 9 will get you there in the NFC for multiple teams.
You'll be hanging around for sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think 2 teams make the playoffs at 9 and 8. I mean, we'll go.
I think
through
one
right?
does. I think they'll be battling a 9 and 8 team who I think is guys. It's funny when I wrote this down, I thought this in my head. What if it comes down to the Bears Commanders, both who wins? Like if the Bears win their last game of the season, they're in the playoffs. If the Commanders win their last game of the season, they're playoffs, and it comes down to the game they played the Commanders in.
Oh, I got the Bears beating the Commanders
to break that tie, because that's what I have on my.
Out of Washington.
That's what I have.
Let's get to our predictions, guys. I'll just throw it out there. I got the Lions at 11-6. Their over/under is 10.5, so I got them beating their over. I got the Packers at 9-8. Their over/under is 10.5, so I have them under that. I have the Bears at 8-9. 8.5 is their over/under. I have them under that, and the Vikings at 6-11. Their over/under is 9.5. Vikings have a lot of talent in a lot of places, guys, and I trust their coaching, but I do not trust their quarterback at all. And Jordan Addison being out, and Justin Jefferson has this injury. Who knows what that if that's going to linger? I got some Jalen Naylor. We're hoping he plays week 1. I don't know. The Vikings feel off to me.
I have 11-6. Packers 9-8. Bears 9-8. Vikings 5-12.
Ooh.
I got the Lions at 12-5, the Packers at 10-7, the Bears at 9-8, and the Vikings at 8-9.
I got the Lions and Packers tied at the top of the division at 10-7. If you guys remember, I said the Packers would be 9-8 after the addition of Micah Parsons. I am adding a win. I have 10-7 between the Lions and Packers, the Bears at 9-8, the Vikings at 8-9.
Vikings at 8-9. So you got the best record prediction for the Vikings, but you still have them under their over/under.
Kyle said 8-9.
I'm 8-9 too.
Okay, so then, but either way, they're under their 9.
This, by the way, guys, is the way I projected this on the
I
show.
don't think the Vikings
3
will win
months
10
ago.
games, man. That's insane.
Listen, man, I think this division is going to be tough. They're going to beat each other up. I hope the Bears can find a way to win 9. And I'll say it again, man. Like the NFC last year is different than the NFC this year. There are not as many good teams in my mind. From what I'm looking at in terms of rosters, I think the NFC, you're going to see multiple teams with 9 wins sneaking into the playoffs this year. The Bears could do it. The Bears could do it. One game goes a different way here.
Says Bears 13-4.
Yep, Lions 11-6, Packers 9-8, Vikings 7-10. There's people that are wondering if there's going to be 3 playoff teams out of the NFC North, guys. I mean, the Bears, the Bears are getting some love, and we'll see. And that's why I wanted to predict them to do it. But it's so hard when you just saw what we had last year, guys. When we expected so much more than what we got, and we ended up losing 10 in a row.
All right, guys.
I just want to see them get better.
Let's start with our AFC playoff pictures.
My wildcard round, I got Chargers over Texans, Bills over Bengals, Chiefs over Texans, NFC, Eagles over Falcons, Bucks over Rams, Lions over the Cardinals. My buys are obviously the Ravens and the 49ers. Do you want me to go all the way through?
Well,
I just wanted you to pick your 7 playoff teams.
Yeah. Let's just lay out our 7 teams, top to bottom,
sorry.
1 through 7.
Do you guys mind if I?
Yeah, go, Cal.
My 7 playoff teams in the AFC, guys, are going to be the Bills, the only team coming out of the AFC East, the Ravens and Bengals, both coming out of the AFC North, the Texans, the only team coming out of the AFC South, and the AFC West with 3, and the Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers.
We have the same.
Okay.
Kyle and I have the same, so I don't need to repeat it.
Brandon, what do you got for your 7 playoff teams in the AFC?
I have the Ravens atop the AFC. I have the Broncos second. I have the Chiefs and Bills behind.
Is Brandon breaking up on y'all ends?
Yeah, we're losing Brandon here.
Brandon, let me go. Brandon, let me go real quick.
And the Titans.
No. Brandon, you're breaking up. I'm gonna go.
Bengals
you jump back
Titans.
in. Oh, okay. I got number 1. I got the Brandon. You're gonna have to go again. Nobody heard what you were saying. I got number 1. I got the Chargers as the best overall seed in the AFC. Number 2, I got the Bills at 13-4. Number 3, I got the Ravens at 13-4. Number 4, I got the Titans at 10-7, the division winners out of the AFC South. Number 5, I got the Chiefs at 12-5. 6, I got the Broncos at 12-5, and 7, I got the Bengals at 11-6. I have the Patriots and the Steelers both at 10-7 and missing the playoffs. That's how good I think the AFC is. The AFC is fucking stacked, guys. So yeah, I got Chargers as the bye team, Bills versus Bengals, Ravens versus Broncos, Titans versus Chiefs in that first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, so you have the same. We have the same teams except for you took the Titans over the Texans.
Yes, correct. Yeah. We're getting 3 teams out of the AFC West, guys. I don't think that's up. I don't know that that's up for debate. We're going to see 3 teams out of the NFC.
Burning is still burning. You might want to log out and come back.
Yeah, maybe log out, come back in, but we're going to have to pop to the NFC. You're going to have to catch back up with us.
My NFC's Niners 1, Eagles 2, Lions, Bucks, Cardinals, Rams, Falcons, Packers, Seahawks, and Cowboys are on the outside looking in. And the Bears.
Go ahead, Dustin.
I got the Eagles as my number 1 team in the NFC. That's with them at 13-4. Number 2 is the Niners at 12-5. Number 3, I got the Lions at 11-6. Number 4, I got the Falcons at 10-7. Number 5, I got the Packers at 9-8. That's my 5th seed in the NFC, guys. 9-8. My 6th seed in the NFC is the Seahawks at 9-8, and my 7th seed in the NFC is the Bucks at 9-8. I have 3 teams in the NFC playoffs that are 9-8. I think this is spread out. I don't know that the NFC is like that bad, but I think these teams are going to beat each other up, and I think you're going to see that have an effect on these records in the playoffs. Yeah, that's Seahawks in the playoffs, guys. I'm the only one that's got the Seahawks in the playoffs. That's and the Falcons.
I'll go from first to worst here, guys. I got the Eagles winning that division. I got the Lions second, winning the NFC North. Niners third, winning the NFC West. Buccaneers fourth, winning the NFC South. Behind the 3 teams that make the playoffs outside of the division winners, I got the Packers, Rams, and Falcons.
So we all got the Packers in the playoffs.
I do not.
Okay, you do not. And do you have the Bears in the playoffs, Sean?
I do not.
Okay, so you have 1 team from the NFC North with a playoff
Correct.
berth? Wow.
Correct.
I think that's I think you're seeing 2 out of the NFC North. I think you're going to see 2 out of the NFC West, 2 out of the NFC South, and I think the NFC East.
I will say this, Dustin. If there's 2 out of the NFC North, the second one will be the Chicago Bears. In my opinion.
I like that. I wish you would have picked it.
I'm not going to pick it. Fool me once, shame on me.
Fool me can't get fooled again. Brandon, what's up?
What's going on? Sorry, guys.
NFC. We're in the NFC.
Let's
get your AFC real quick.
I could hear you the whole time.
We didn't hear your AFC though, Brandon.
I did the Broncos, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Chargers, Bengals, Titans.
Nice. And then the NFC, please.
NFC, I did Eagles, Bucks, Niners, Lions, Rams, Packers, Bears.
Okay, so you got 3 teams out of the NFC North.
Burney's got the Bears in there. Yeah, let's get the round of applause for Bernie.
Right. Yeah. Where's that at? Where's that at? We'll be
I had the Bears beating the Commanders in a tie. So yeah. We gave the Bears a win against the Commanders too.
All right, guys.
Although it'll go down to their division.
That was a lot of work. I'm exhausted.
Hold on. We got player awards.
We got to go through our playoffs, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna blow through my playoffs. Ready? Chargers over Texans, Bills over Bengals, Chiefs over Texans, Eagles over Falcons, Bucks over Rams, Lions over Cardinals, Niners over Bucks, Lions and Eagles, Eagles over Tampa, Eagles back to the dance, Ravens versus the Chargers, Bills versus the Chiefs, Bills versus the Ravens, the Bills top the Ravens, Bills, Eagles, Super Bowl, Josh Allen gets his first ring. You should have saw that coming a long time ago.
Who are your AFC championship teams again, Sean? Who do you have the Final Four?
Bills.
Just give me the Final Four, guys. Just do the Final Four. I'm not going to go.
You have the Bills and the Ravens in the AFC championship.
I got the Bills and the Ravens and the Eagles and the Bucks are my Final Four.
Okay, very good. I'm not just going to give my Final Four because this is important. I got the Bills beating the Bengals and then the Ravens beating the Broncos. So then I got the Bills versus the Ravens in the divisional round, guys. I got the Chargers versus the Chiefs in the divisional round. Could you imagine that? Those are some really good fucking matchups. I got the Chargers beating the Chiefs and I got the Ravens beating the Bills. And then I got the Harbaugh on Harbaugh AFC championship game. Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh in the AFC championship. I definitely want to see that. For the NFC, I got the Niners beating the Bucks and then playing the Lions, who are going to beat the Seahawks. The Falcons and Packers are playing each other. I got the Packers beating the Falcons and going to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. I got the Packers beating the Eagles and going to the NFC championship game against the 49ers, who will beat the Lions. So I got Niners Packers in the NFC Championship. LaFleur versus Shanahan. That's another interesting matchup. Sean's mind is blown right now. I got the Packers in the NFC Championship. I think the Packers figure it out at the end of this year, man. I think they're going to be good when it matters most. And I think you're going to see Jordan Love get on a hot streak. And I got the Niners beating the Packers in the NFC Championship game. I got Ravens versus Niners in the Super Bowl. And I am thank you, Sean. Thank you for that. I think the Ravens are the team of destiny this year. I think Lamar Jackson takes it all. The same thing you just said about Josh Allen, Sean, I'm saying about Lamar Jackson.
One of them is going to get the ring this year.
It's going to happen. And he gets over that hump. I'm picking heartbreak for myself because I do root for the Niners, but the Ravens are going to beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson gets
a rematch, and the Niners lose again. All right, I got the I'm just going to give you my top four, guys. My AFC and NFC Championship games. I got the Bills beating the Ravens in the AFC Championship game, Bills going to the Super Bowl, and I have the the Eagles beating the Niners in the NFC Championship game, and it's Eagles, Bills win.
Ooh. Bills win the Super Bowl. Sean's got the Bills winning the Super Bowl over the Eagles. Kyle's got the Bills winning the Super Bowl over the Eagles. I got the Ravens winning the Super Bowl over the Niners. And I got a Harbaugh on Harbaugh AFC Championship game.
What do you got, Brandon?
That's what everybody wants to see. And we got 2,000 in the building. 2001.
Thanks everybody for watching, guys. We appreciate you. As always,
2001
jump over to YouTube.
2001 was awesome, man. Some great rap albums came out that year.
September 11th, Katrina.
But we were 2004 was Katrina, I believe. We all pulled together because of those things.
Nobody's ever said let's party like it's 2001. That's never happened.
Listen, I was in my prime in 2001, man.
Let Brandon get us in so we can get our hardware out. We got to get our hardware out.
I just want to say, regardless of what year it was, guys, that thanks for everybody who's watching. Go on to YouTube and hit that 4-Star Chicago Sports. Guys, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. I have the AFC West title game being between the Broncos and the Ravens. I do have the Ravens beating the Broncos.
2020, great year.
I do have the Ravens beating the Broncos to go to the Super Bowl. I have the Eagles,
the Broncos.
I have the Eagles beating the Buccaneers as well, Sean. I think the Eagles do go to the Super Bowl against the Ravens, but I think the Eagles win.
Okay.
I wanted the Bucks in the NFC Championship so bad, but the way my seeding fell, I had them playing the Niners in the first round, man. It just didn't work. Like, the Bucks are going to be coming on.
Well, the Bucks and Niners will play during the regular season.
Yeah, and they're going to have a rematch in the playoffs. And
Baker Mayfield's the man.
Mayfield, I got him on my fantasy team. I'm expecting 45 touchdowns from him. That offense is going to be on fire at the end of the year. It's going to be a hell of a finish to the season for them. I would love to see them move along in the playoffs, just not against my Niners, man.
Eagles Bills would be an awesome Super Bowl. I would love to watch that.
I agree, Jed.
All right, guys, player awards.
Yeah, player awards. Let's do this.
Brandon, one more time. I'm sorry. Super Bowl winner was the Ravens.
Eagles over the Ravens.
Eagles over the Ravens. So we got one Ravens, one Eagles. We got two Bills. Get off Josh Allen's dick, guys.
Love that guy. He needs one. He needs one.
Okay. All right. Player awards. Let's start with Coach of the Year. Let's start with Coach of the Year.
Well, I got my Coach of the Year is Ben Johnson.
My Coach of the Year is Ben Johnson.
My Coach of the Year is Raheem Morris at plus 3,000. It was going to be Callahan or Morris for me because both of those teams were shocker playoff teams, 10-7 Falcons, 10-7 Titans. I went with Raheem Morris at plus 3,000. If you get that on FanDuel, that's a damn good payout.
I think if Ben Johnson can win 9 or 10 games on the Chicago Bears, he's going to be the.
But you didn't pick him to go to the playoffs. If they don't go to the playoffs, he's not going to win Coach of the Year.
I didn't say I didn't pick him. I said the ball, like you said, man. Listen, if I have to make a.
I'm just saying what just happened.
Playoff teams, but if the ball bounces one way and if they go to the playoffs at 9,
for sure.
He's the Coach of the Year.
If the Bears win 10 games and they go to the playoffs, or 9 games and go to the playoffs, Ben Johnson has a very good chance of winning Coach of the Year, and he has the best odds to win Coach of the Year as of right now. I agree with you 100%. Just saying that it has to be that team. You got to go to the playoffs.
What's up, Otto Jonesboro? Thanks for joining the show, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the name.
He says if Micah Parsons gets injured and Packers are last in the division. Yeah, if Micah Parsons gets injured, the Packers are in trouble.
Yeah, they are. Who you guys got for Coach of the Year?
We just did Coach. Brandon needs to give his Coach of the Year. We all gave ours.
Brandon's just chilling.
I was playing the clap, but it's not playing. I don't know.
I played it.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right. Coach of the Year, guys. Which, by the way, we didn't talk about this a lot. I thought Jim Harbaugh deserved it over Kevin O'Connell last year. I'm sure a lot of people disagree with that. But this year it's Todd Bowles. I think that Buccaneers team finishes second in the NFC. And
I like
Todd
that pick.
Bowles gets credited
I like
for
that pick too.
I like that pick. I just think it's got to be that team that comes out of nowhere. And the way my seasons
can I
fell,
lead
I had
off?
the Titans in the
Can I
finals.
lead
I
off
love
executive
Todd
of the
Bowles.
year?
I love Todd Bowles. I absolutely love.
We're not doing executive of the year. Are we doing?
Oh, I did one.
I'm not doing executive.
I didn't do executive.
Okay, well, I did one, and it was Brian Gutenkunst.
Gutenkeist, the Packers.
The Packers GM was the guy.
Okay.
that wrote it.
Can we should have started with MVP? No, or are we going to finish with MVP?
Finish.
Yeah, we'll go.
Okay,
back.
so then let's do assistant coach of the year just for shits and giggles. I know you guys said
I'm
you
not
didn't do it.
doing assistant coach.
No.
Roberts, I'm just going to say it to people who are out there on FanDuel. Robert Saleh is a plus 850 for assistant coach of the year. That Niners defense, we all just picked them to go 12-5. It's going to be on the back of that Niners defense, and Robert Saleh is going to be the best assistant coach in football.
All right, I'll take Robert Saleh.
Jedediah
Okay,
says
very good.
Schottenheimer
I made a
for putting up
convincing
with Jerry
point.
Jones.
I'll take Robert Saleh.
I'll take
Okay.
Solid too.
All right, awesome, very good. Then we should bet that. That's a 4-star
Let's do
future. There we go.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
We are not
Rocket Dream
doing
says
the
assistant
draft
coach of the year, laughing emoji.
Yeah,
It's on
My-
there. It's on
my-
FanDuel. Go check it out.
I know.
My
I know.
offensive Rookie of the Year, guys, is Omarion Hampton. Obviously, the running back selected for the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Jim Harbaugh, like I said, I don't know how the relationship's going to go between him and Herbert. I haven't loved it so far. I think he's going to
Did
lean
you have-
heavily on Omarion Hampton.
Did
And
you have
I
the
think,
Titans making the playoffs?
yes.
Yeah, that's why I have
Cam Ward is the offensive rookie of the year.
That's why I have Cam Ward
Yeah.
as my offensive rookie of the year at plus
Well-
300. Playoffs in his first season, he's going to throw for
Yeah,
at
he's
least
a
4,000
quarterback.
yards.
He
He's the
automatically
quarterback.
did
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's
Good
he's the
point.
rookie.
Yeah, but
He's
Omarion
the
Hampton
offensive
could
rookie of
also
the
have
year.
a 2,000 yard. Yeah, I mean something crazy could happen. I don't know. I guess I didn't think about it like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
It
I
could be
got
Cam Ward.
Cam.
You
I
guys,
got Cam Ward as my.
If
offensive
Cam
rookie of the
Ward's
year.
season goes poorly, then Omarion Hampton is the
I
rookie.
don't. I don't got. I don't have the Titans in the playoffs. I think the offensive rookie of the year. I don't think it has to be necessarily has to be a playoff team if it's not a
Ashton.
quarterback. And I think it's going to be Ashton Genty, guys. I think he's going to be everything as advertised. I think he's going to live up to that top
The
first
line
two
looks
rounds
rough,
of
though,
fantasy.
Kyle.
I think he's going to be a very good player in the NFL.
Plus
He's gonna- it's-
250.
you guys, it's the opportunity. It's not about. I don't think Ashton Genty is the best player to ever play football. It's the. He's going to get more touches than every rookie in the NFL outside of Cam Ward.
Besides Cam Ward, yes,
Not a
exactly.
Not a question.
Ashton Genty's going to be is plus 250 right now. It's a solid bet, but yeah, I think Cam Ward, the way my season played out, makes total
Yeah,
sense.
I mean,
Sean?
if you have Tennessee making the playoffs, you have to
Yeah,
take Cam Ward. You
yes,
absolutely have to. It's not an
100%.
option.
All right, Sean, what do you got?
I have the guy who's going to do more damage with less touches than Ashton Genty, and that is from Foxborough, Travion Henderson.
I love it. I just drafted him.
I like
just
that pick
drafted
too,
him.
Sean. I like.
I
that
love
pick.
it.
Travion Henderson is a stud.
I like that pick too.
Mhm.
I like
He
that
is.
pick.
He's like plus 8,000.
He was
Man,
I
one
would-
pick.
and
He was
they-
one pick away
I'm gonna
from
put
being a
50
Bear.
bucks on that.
and he's going to get a lot of opportunity too.
Yeah, he is. It's
He's
be
going to
fun
do a
watch.
lot with a little.
He had
right.
offers to trade that pick, and they wanted it. They wanted him. They want him there for a reason.
Defensive rookie
I'm
of the
going
year.
first. I'm going first. Defensive rookie of the year, guys. I think Jihad Campbell is going to be the best.
This is
rookie
why he wanted to go
linebacker-
first.
the best rookie linebacker in the history. I think he's going to finish with more tackles than any linebacker in the history of the NFL. He's running behind Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, and he's on one of the best defenses in the NFL. It's already a well-oiled machine. Jihad Campbell is an upgraded middle linebacker for them. All he has to do is plug himself into one of the best defenses in football. I think Jihad Campbell is going to be the defensive rookie of the year.
Jihad Campbell is an immediate starter on a very good Eagles defense. They drafted him for a very specific reason. They needed to replace the linebacker position, and Jihad Campbell was my favorite defensive player in the draft last year. I got him as defensive rookie of the year as well, Kyle, because of the opportunities he will have, and he's at plus 1,500. So is this a 4-stars future bet,
Yes,
Kyle?
yeah.
Are we going to bet on Jihad Campbell?
Dude,
plus
the guy might have
1,500?
He might have 155 tackles,
Listen,
5 sacks, 4 interceptions. He's amazing.
Abdul Carter is worth talking about here. Abdul Carter's going to have a
He's not-
damn
he's
good
not a
rookie
team that
year.
gets No,
He-
they're not going to get any. Nobody's going to talk about the Giants.
Yeah, no, because he's got a part of a really good rotation, but he's plus 150. He's the clear favorite. Jihad Campbell at plus 1,500. That's amazing. I like those odds.
I'm going to pull a rabbit out of a hat, and this is Brandon's one of his favorite draft picks in the 2025 draft, and this is only increasing my love for the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm going to take their rookie cornerback
Will Johnson. Hell yeah. Will Johnson's
He
a stud, dude. That was such a steal.
Dude,
Will Johnson was my second pick for this.
his reviews out of training camp right now are like, dude, if he's against you, you are shut the fuck down.
Yeah, if
Like,
if those knees hold up, guys. If those knees
Yeah,
hold
no,
up.
that's the issue. But
that
Sean,
is true. The injuries are a little bit of a problem.
he was the
but-
best cornerback in this draft in my mind before those injuries. He was the best cornerback in this draft. That's what I thought.
Degenerative cartilage in your knees is
is
terrible, guys.
He's got to
He's
hold
looked
up
good
for
so far.
They're saying he's got like 3 months of football before his knees give up on him.
He's held up through training camp, and they like what they see. So we'll see. It's 17, so it's 4-month grueling season. We'll see if he gets there. I just wanted to go off the cuff. I didn't want to.
Will Johnson is plus.
I didn't want to pick one of these fucking guys.
Will Johnson is plus 2,200 on
my defensive rookie.
I like that a lot.
My defensive rookie of the year was drafted 15th overall by the Atlanta Falcons. Edge rusher out of Georgia, Jalen Walker. I think he wins. I think he has a major. I think he went to the perfect place. I think he went to the perfect place.
I think we get.
Jalen Walker could not. I could not have liked. I could not have liked a team better for him than I do that.
He has the second best odds, Brandon, to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, currently at plus 950. Again, it's 180 plus 185 for Abdul Carter. Then it drops to plus 950. That's how big of a gap there is.
Let's get the obvious one out of the way because we all just picked the 49ers to go deep into the playoffs for the NFC. Who is the comeback player of the year in 2025?
This is fun.
I have Dak Prescott, not CMC.
I got Christian McCaffrey all day.
I got Aiden Hutchinson. I got Aiden Hutchinson in Detroit.
Well, you don't have him as defensive player of the year.
I got another guy for defensive player of the year.
I got Christian McCaffrey. Bro, who you got?
I got Aiden Hutchinson. It was between him and C-Mac, Kyle. It was between him and C-Mac.
I did think about C-Mac.
I didn't do a comeback player of the year.
No.
Okay. No. You want to just throw one out there?
I mean, if we pick one of the three guys
here now.
Hey, Christian McCaffrey.
Sean says Dak Prescott. I say Christian McCaffrey.
You're not going to love this, but off the top of my head, Jordan Love.
I don't know if you.
That's
not going to qualify.
Hold on, Brandon. I'm going to.
Might as well have said JJ McCarthy.
Overrated.
Slap the taste out your mouth.
No, I don't. JJ McCarthy would be one if he had a decent season.
I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to have a damn good season, but there's a defensive player that's going to have a better season. So
all
I
right,
put
guys.
Come back.
Offensive player of the year.
I got Nick Bosa at plus 1,500.
Oh, you know who my comeback player is? Matt Stafford. That's my comeback player of the year.
I don't know if that.
You're picking some weird comeback. You're picking guys who didn't miss much time.
That's what it is.
As I just
Nobody
stated,
told me we were doing comeback player of the year because who gives a shit?
Yeah, we said it. We said it. We said it multiple times.
Had a heart attack.
Brandon, we said it.
He's got Matt Stafford, guys. That's
times.
fine. Let's move on. Defensive player of the year. Who you got this time?
I just threw it out. Nick Bosa. As I said previously, Robert Saleh is going to have the biggest impact of any assistant coach in the NFL because this Niners defense is going to be really fucking good. And I think it's going to be on the back.
Yeah, they're going to be the better half of that team.
Bosa, you're going to see get 17, 18.
Breaking news: Bruce has Russell Wilson as and Jebediah has Aaron Rodgers as a comeback player.
Aaron Rodgers would be a good pick.
Aaron Rodgers,
Justin Fields potentially, like something like that.
Aaron Rodgers was an easy one for sure.
Yeah. No, Nick Bosa is my defensive player of the year. Right behind him was Aiden Hutchinson. I went back and forth, but Nick Bosa is my guy because I think that Niners defense is going to be strong. Again, plus 1,500 for Nick Bosa to win defensive player of the year.
I'm going to surprise everyone with this, but I love this guy coming off 11 sacks.
What's up, Franco?
17 tackles for loss last year.
What's up, Franco?
I am going to take Will Anderson Jr. in Houston. I think he's
I like it.
He's going to have a humongous year.
It's a really good pick.
If you look at his stats from his rookie year to last year, everything went up. He is on a trajectory.
But they got to make the playoffs.
Well, my only concern is, let me get this out. My only concern with Will Anderson Jr. is he's missed 7 games in his first 2 years. He's got to stay on the damn football field if he's going to pull it off.
Will Anderson is on that list. Let me give you his odds.
Probably going to be like plus 3,000.
It's pretty. No, it's actually plus 1,100. He's got damn good odds.
Brandon.
Wow. Michael Parsons is number one. Michael Parsons is number 1 at plus 500.
I changed mine because I knew we had the same, I believe, right?
No, I'm not taking.
Okay, mine's Aiden Hutchinson, and I guess that's my comeback.
Who'd you take, Dustin?
Nick Bosa.
Yeah, but Brandon, they won't give them both awards. So
mine's Aiden. I don't care. Okay, mine's Aiden Hutchinson, guys. He was. I don't know if any.
He was my second pick. Yeah.
He was on pace to not just pass the record of sacks in a season, he was going to blow it out of the water. I think he was projected to finish 3.5 above the most sacks in an NFL season when he was injured.
He's going to have
This
a good
guy
year.
stays healthy. He is the biggest. He is the most havoc to wreak in the NFL. This guy can beat anyone across from him. He can beat 2 people across from him.
Aiden Hutchinson's second best odds to win that award as of right now at plus 750. Second best odds.
I think if he remains in, guys, if he stays healthy, he will lead the league in sacks.
Okay.
All right, mine is my runner-up is Aiden Hutchinson, and if the team who the guy I picked doesn't make the playoffs, it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson. But if the Steelers make the playoffs, I'm going TJ Watt, guys. I just think that they've gotten a lot better on that defensive line. They had Derek Harmon and they had Jack Sawyer. Not all the attention is going to go to TJ Watt. I think you're going to see like an 18, 19, 20 sack season from him, and I think they're going to give him the defensive player of the year if the Steelers can somehow sneak into the playoffs.
Fourth best odds at plus 1,000. Myles Garrett has the third best odds.
My runner-up was Jared Verse.
My runner-up was TJ Watt as well. I have a slash with him and Will Anderson. I have a football crush on Will Anderson Jr. I want him to be a Bear so goddamn bad.
All right, guys. my offensive.
What's Jared Verse's odds, real quick?
Jared Verse is not there yet. He is at plus 1,500, right there with Nick Bosa.
Oh wow!
Plus 1,500.
All right, guys. My offensive player of the year this year, guys, and I think you could have made an argument that he should have got it last year because only 7 times in the history of football has a receiver had the Triple Crown. I'm going to go Jamar Chase as the offensive player of the year in 2020.
That's the sexy pick for sure, and he is plus 800, second best odds behind Saquon Barkley for offensive player of the year currently, Kyle. Jamar Chase, second best odds, plus 800. Plus 800 is still really good for Jamar Chase.
Can I go after
that? Awesome.
I think because John Morton is not going to get the
I knew you were going here. Yeah,
same kind of product out of Jared Goff that Ben Johnson got, the same result. I think that they're going to run the ball a lot, and they're not going to do what Ben Johnson did in regards to the committee. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to take a lot of snaps out of David Montgomery's hands this year.
Well, they just resigned David Montgomery.
For those drafting in fantasy, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get a substantial bigger load, and I think that's what broke their back last year in the playoffs. Was just taking this guy out of the fucking football game.
Brandon likes bigger loads.
Jesus
and speaking of that, Jedediah says, actually, I'm changing my comeback player to Deshaun Watson. Come while laying on his back, player of the year. Deshaun Watson.
Anyways, I think Jahmyr Gibbs explodes this season, guys. I think the Lions lean on the run game more than they did in the last couple of years. I don't think they're as balanced.
You guys can fuck off. That was fun.
And I think that David Montgomery plays a much smaller role.
Okay. Let's get through these.
I got
15 minutes.
See, Jed laughed. This guy gets it. I got Bijan Robinson as my offensive player of the year, guys. I think he's going to carry this Atlanta Falcons offense. As I said, I think he's in for an MVP caliber season, but the quarterback's going to get it. So he's going to be that Saquon Barkley this year. And look at these odds, man. Plus 1,500 for Bijan Robinson to win offensive player of the year. They're going to run that offense through him. He's going to run it. He's going to catch it. He's going to do everything. He's the best guy in the NFL at making people miss in short space, guys. And you're going to see that in full effect this year. I love Bijan Robinson.
Sean?
Well, Brandon just
stole your thunder.
Yeah, you knew that was coming, but I have Gibbs coming off 20 touchdowns.
Oh, that's why Sean's face was like that. I thought it was my joke.
No, 1,929 yards last year. They already came out in camp, said he's going to be lining up in the slot. They're going to line him up outside. They're going to put him all over the football field. He's going to see a lot of touches. If he stays healthy, I see him breaking that 2,000 yards, that 2,000-yard mark from scrimmage, and I see him repeating his 20 touchdowns that he had last year. I really do. And
Jahmyr Gibbs is in in for a hell of a season for sure.
Yeah, I can tell you guys this: if Jamar Chase does get the Triple Crown again, he's winning offensively. You can't deny a guy player of the year twice. If he's
and I'm with you, Kyle. I'm with you, Kyle. He should have won it last year.
Guys, this lines up with the odds makers because Jamar Chase is second, Jahmyr Gibbs is fourth, Bijan Robinson is sixth on this list. Jahmyr Gibbs is plus 1,300. So that's some good value there, Sean, on a futures bet for offensive player of the year for Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right,
MVP guys, we got to hang this up.
I got to go last on this one because I'm just going to blow you guys' fucking minds. So
I'm going Joe Burrow.
Nice.
If the Bengals made the playoffs last year, Joe Burrow was the MVP.
Fourth right now at plus 600, Kyle. Fourth right now at plus 600.
I like Joe Burrow, and I just don't want to have the same. I felt like we were all going to come here in the same conversation.
Yeah, I picked him last year to win MVP.
Mine is Baker Mayfield.
Could have.
Ooh, I like Baker. Brandon. That's a good one.
What are the odds for Baker?
I'm about to pull him up right now. I was in the process. He is at plus 2,700. He's behind C.J. Stroud, Jared Goff, and Brock
C.J.
Purdy.
Stroud.
He is just above Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is at plus 3,700 if anybody's interested.
C.J.
in betting him for
Stroud?
MVP. C.J. Stroud is at plus 2,500. No, he's down the list, guys.
That
He's
would be a comeback player.
Number 1 is Lamar
Stroud wins
Jackson.
an
Number 2 is
MVP.
Josh Allen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Baker is 12th on this list in terms of who has a chance to win.
Well, Vernon,
MVP.
if you put some money on that, that's going to be a fatty payday.
Baker is a stud, a god, as Rocket Dream says. I love Baker. Just drafted him on my fantasy team
He's a
yesterday.
god.
He's going to throw for 45 touchdowns this year. He's going to lead the league in touchdowns, I think.
43 last year.
Or he'll get close to it.
And he ran for another 4 touchdowns, so he had over 45 touchdowns total.
Plus 2,700. Those are some good odds.
Sean,
Brandon.
what do you got?
Throw a 5 on
Go
it.
last.
Dustin wants to go last.
I need to go last.
He needs to go.
Hold on.
Because it's Brock Purdy or something.
Make this like 3 minutes, guys. Let's get the hell. We got the fantasy draft.
I'm gonna go.
We still got time. We're fine.
I'm gonna go back-to-back MVP winners here, because if the Bills make the Super Bowl, it's because the most important person to a team in the league is
I could see him winning another one.
plain and simple.
Yeah.
There is no one more person important to their team.
Yeah, no, there is not.
Josh Allen.
We all just picked the Bills to go 12-5 or 13-4, and if Josh Allen gets hurt for any period of time, that team is fucked.
They're
fucked. Yeah,
I agree. I agree. I also
completely
don't
done.
think the NFL, and I know you're going to bring up Lamar Jackson, but I don't think the NFL loves giving MVPs to the same person over and over. I think they used to. I think they're trying to steer away from that more and more.
Lamar,
if you looked at Joe Burrow's numbers last year, he was the best quarterback in the NFL.
Well,
I picked him to be MVP last year.
The last
They just
person
need to win
to
some games.
The last person.
Aaron
Dustin, you're
was
first in
Rodgers
the
in
draft.
2021.
Yes, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Hey, I'm first. I got the first pick. Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for letting me know.
What
Lamar
pick
Jackson
do I-
is plus.
What pick do
Lamar
I have there, Brandon?
All right, let's stay on topic.
Lamar Jackson is
Right.
plus. Lamar Jackson is plus 490, and Josh Allen's plus 500. Those are your two favorites, and yeah, they are the most important players to the team. I mean, Brandon actually just went a little further than me. I thought I was going out on a fucking limb here, guys. But the way my season played out with the Chargers, as Sean got number 5 pick, the way my season played out with the Chargers as the number 1 overall seed, and what I expect from Justin Herbert to win MVP. He gets close to 5,000 yards. He gets in the 45-ish touchdowns, somewhere in there. He is plus 2,000 to win MVP, guys. Just the way
Who'd you say? I'm sorry.
Justin Herbert.
Oh,
Justin Herbert to win MVP at plus 2,000. I thought I was going out on a limb. Brandon went a little farther out on that limb than me. But
I would have liked it more if you said Brock Purdy, man. I thought because I would have.
Well, Purdy is in consideration there too. You don't believe it with Justin Herbert? You don't think it's possible?
No,
I think Justin Herbert has this
season.
season. I think Justin Herbert has the season this year that Burrow had last year on a team that actually wins fucking football games.
I think they move on from him. I could be wrong. I think they move on from Herbert, man. I don't know.
We'll see. It's decided this year, Brandon. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah, no,
But
I agree with you when you said that.
If he does not do it this year, then Harbaugh will move on.
Yeah,
so I think it's make or break for Herbert in that regard.
Because
So
Harbaugh don't give a shit.
Let me
just get the
Sean,
next guy.
Brandon, Kyle, let me just throw this out to you guys because I mean these are my division winners, but I just want to.
I have one question to ask you too, all before we get out of here too. So
okay, well, I just want to throw out we've all picked the Lions, Packers, Bears, and Vikings in that order. That is plus 1,200 if you pick the exact order for the NFC North. Yeah, we should all get it. Let's each throw 5 or 10 on it and put it in there. That's plus 1,200, $10 to win 120. Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings, all to finish in the division in that order. Those are really good odds, I think. We all picked the exact same order, right?
Yeah,
we did. Yeah.
And then I'm just going to throw it out there for everybody who's listening. If you liked the picks I made, if you were to bet the Titans, Chargers, and Falcons all to win their division, that is plus 9,455. $10 to win $945. I'm betting that shit before the season starts. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot.
Really quick, because this is the last time we're all together. Last year, first touchdown of the year for the Chicago Bears was Jonathan Owens. Who scores the first touchdown for the Chicago Bears in 2025?
DeAndre Swift.
Brandon. Brandon and Rome. Kyle.
Kyle, you took mine. That's what I was going to say. But you know what?
You can double it up.
No, yeah, I know, but I don't want to because that sounds boring.
Sean's is Cole Kmet.
Who?
I'll do you one better, Sean, and I'm going to say Colston Loveland.
Okay. Loveland.
Dustin's tight ends in fantasy are gonna be Loveland and Warren.
You fucking got it.
I'm going to pick. God damn! I want to pick someone on the defense. I think it's going to be a pick six off of.
Ooh, I like it. The Scrolls agrees with me on Loveland.
I'm going to go Kyler Gordon because he's right here and he's my favorite Bear. And I think it's going to be a pick six. Take it to the house on Monday Night Football for
Kyler Gordon with a pick six, first touchdown for the Chicago
Sean,
Bears.
You know what?
Nice.
I'm going to change mine, Sean. I think Caleb Williams is going to run out of the pocket and run it in.
Oh, I like it. And
All right,
Brandon took Roma Dunze. I took Colston.
I could see Zacchaeus easily scoring the first touchdown.
Can I say this?
I'm sticking with Rome.
Dreed has DJ
quick.
Moore all day.
D. Reed, DJ Moore all day.
Reed, yeah.
I'm going to take DeAndre Swift. I'm sticking with Gordon, but if Gordon is out for the game because we haven't got the injury report,
He'll be there, Sean.
Swift. I'm pretty sure he will be. I'm pretty sure he will.
I think your best. I think your best odds are with DeAndre Swift. Let me just throw one more thing out there,
Zacchaeus, man.
If we were to do the AFC North exact order, the way because we all picked the same, it's plus 300. Ravens, Bengals, Steelers,
parlay
Browns.
those two. The
That's
North
plus
parlay. I was going to say
let's fucking do that.
Yeah,
let's
and you guys, real quick, this is my favorite bet for futures of the year. I just want to do it. I'm going to give it to you guys real quick. It's so if you go to FanDuel and you go to like passing. It gives you, there's two different options. You can either pick their over under, so like 37.50, or you can just pick a bunch of guys to pass for over 4,000 yards. I have my phone's being a joke, whatever. I took Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. I spent 100 to win 4,800.
Nice. You should throw Cam Ward. You should have thrown Cam Ward in there.
that would have been a $10,000 payout.
Yeah, that's some high variance there.
Once again, guys,
everybody,
Joe Burrow,
chat.
Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, and Patrick Mahomes. 100.
Why would you not throw Caleb Williams in there?
No, I like it, Kyle. That's a good one. He's being safe with it.
I'll take Williams over Goff.
You guys, Justin Herbert alone is like plus 350 to throw over 4,000 yards.
Sorry, Sean, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the Josh Allen, Justin Fields over rushing prop is amazing as well.
Yes, also amazing. Justin Fields over 650 rushing.
Yeah.
They have Josh Allen at 500. He's been over 500 every year.
They're both insulting.
Bill Belichick is getting his ass beat in North Carolina.
We knew that.
Right
That's
now.
going to take time.
And the Justin Fields rushing touchdowns, Sean, that's another good one with some good value as well. So,
hey, boys and girls, we have to get out of here. Twitter, thank you so much. Please pop over to 4-Star Chicago Sports.
Give us a subscribe. Give us a like. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for everybody who watched, man. We appreciate you.
We hit the algorithm tonight because there's over 5,000 touches on Twitter today for this show. So I am super excited about that.
Yeah, we're happy
Thank
all joined us.
Much.
Yeah.
Don't forget this Wednesday, barely there, the first Chicago Bears preview, and the last time you'll see Kyle and I before the Bears take the field on the lakefront versus the Vikings, and then burn that midnight oil on Thursday with these gentlemen, Brandon and Dustin. And
we'll have a Bears Vikings preview for you guys as well. You can get them 2 days in a row.
Possibly with the Vikings.
Hopefully with the Vikings Purple Jesus joining us. His name is Kyle as well.
Vikings podcaster.
Is it really?
Yep. He's got a Vikings podcast, but he joins us every Thursday. We're gonna try to get him on if he can get the day off. He's still looking to see if he can get the day off. So
we might have a Vikings podcaster joining us for that show, guys. Tune in tomorrow or Wednesday night as well.
Everybody, Jebediah, everybody in the chat. We actually got a blaze.
When the season starts, the Monday shows, guys, are back at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, yes.
Bear down, everyone. This has been an awesome show. We're going to hold ourselves accountable.
We love you all, man. We appreciate you all, guys.
Absolutely.
These are the reasons we do this,
Save
man.
receipts.
We want to talk to people outside of our circles. We appreciate you guys joining us. We appreciate the chat. Thank you so much. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. We love you. Have a good night.
What a great show.
Bear down.
Bear down. Let's do it.